We begin the countdown to kick off our featured game. We're joined by Dike-New Hartford football coach Don Betts. Coach, your team 4-1, but 2-0 in the district. Nice district win last week. You beat Central Springs 48-6. Tell me about that game.
I thought our kids came out and played really well. We've been looking for consistency this year, and we jumped out early on those guys, and were very consistent offensively and defensively. Really got after them. That's kind of been our mantra all year, is to be consistent, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of that right now.
All right, let's talk about offensively. A number of kids have been involved for you. Who's been contributing offensively?
Well, it kind of starts with our quarterback, Colin Meester. Colin's very effective in his passing game, completes a high percentage of passes, makes good decisions with the ball, which we really like. Running game, Noah Borcherdine has had a couple of really big games for us. He's had a big year last year and has picked right up where he left off last year. And wide receiver-wise, we've got Carson Costello, Devin Lotz, and our tight end, Jack Haynes. So we've got plenty of weapons to spread the ball around to.
All right.
But at the end of the day, it all comes down to that offensive line, and our guys have been doing a good job up there.
All right, let's talk about on the defensive side, who's been contributing for you?
Linebacker Jack Severson, our middle linebacker, is our leading tackler. Our defensive line has really been a strength for us this year. We've got several kids, and we rotate kids in there. A lot of depth on the defensive line, which allows us to keep guys fresh. And on the back end, it's Costello and Lotz again on the back end.
Turning our attention now to MFL MarMac, what do you know about the Bulldogs?
Well, I know they've got a heck of a program up there. Coach Anderson does a great job with those kids. They're big. They're always physical. They've got a very simple plan offensively, but they're very, very effective at it. And I think that's always a mark of a great program, when you can be simplistic in your approach, but very effective with it. And they've got another great team this year.
Keys in a ball game for Dike-New Hartford. What do you have to do then?
I think it comes down to two things, and I think most ball games always do. Number one, it's turnovers. The team that turns the ball over is usually on the wrong end of the score. The other thing is the offensive line. MFL they're just huge at the line of scrimmage. We have to be able to maintain and hold our own at the line of scrimmage with these guys.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
All right, you bet. Thanks, Dan.
You betcha. Dike-New Hartford football coach Don Betts and his Wolverine team. Countdown to kickoff continues after this.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Come join the team at T&T Power Sports in Elkader. We're looking for a part-time or full-time detail person. The ideal candidate must have a driver's license, be self-motivated, and willing to work some Saturdays. Your duties will include cleaning units, assisting sales, service, and parts, along with keeping our showroom units clean. Stop into T&T Power Sports on Highway 13 in Elkader to fill out an application, or call 563-245-1100 to find out more information. That's 563-245-1100.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates. Whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital, visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Sincerely Yours Interiors by K in Monona, M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Ashbacker Building Supplies in Rossville, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual Agent in Monona, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, and Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. You're listening to MFL MarMac Football from KCTN Sports. We continue the countdown to kickoff for our featured game. We're joined by MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson. Coach, your team improving to 4-1, 2-0 in the district. Finished strong in that game against Sumner Fred, 28-15. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, we got a bit of a sleep, kind of get the push and wear them down, and our backs ran hard in the second half. And I thought Stoddard played well. He was 8 for 11 passing, and so they weren't able to pack the box. And we were able to establish the run there in the second half, and I thought the defense really buckled down, got more pressure on the quarterback, and we came out with that 28-15 victory.
Yeah, you mentioned the quarterback Stoddard there threw for over 100 yards and two backs over 100 yards too.
Yeah, it's pretty good balance for us. This year we're throwing the ball pretty well, really. We don't throw it a ton, we never do, but you got to be able to throw the ball to keep those D-backs honest and keep them, out of the box. And so, I've been real happy with the way our receivers have been catching the ball and the way that Stoddard's been throwing it, and then the pass protection's been pretty good.
All right, let's talk about on the defensive side. Who are some of the kids that you really felt stood out for you last week?
Well, the last few weeks, Austin Schaller on the D-line has really had some big games. He's had a lot of tackles, and a lot of times your defensive linemen are just eating up blocks and freeing up linebackers, but Schaller's been getting the backfield and making tackles. I think he might have led us in tackles 2 out of the last 3 weeks. And so when you have a D lineman doing that, that's pretty special. I thought that Eli Hansen's been playing really well defensively, getting a lot of tackles. And then, all 4 of our linebackers, have been doing their job. And our D-backs have been, for the most part, keeping teams in front of us and not giving up the big play. And that's been really important the last few weeks because teams have been able to move the ball up and down the field a bit. But we really buckled down there in the red zone and to keep them out of the end zone, so I've been pleased with that. All
right, now Dike-New Hartford, what do you know about the Wolverines?
Boy, they're good. I mean, they're deserving of their number 3 ranking. Dike's last 4 games, they've outscored their opponents 124-0 in the first half, and so they get out to a fast start in all their games. And they've got outstanding athletes all across the field. They've got a great running back, a great quarterback, 2 really good receivers. An outstanding tight end. Their skill guys are all seniors. I think they've got 10 seniors that start. A lot of them were the starters on last year's team. So they've got a lot of experience, super, super skilled all the way across the board. And a lot of those guys play on defense too, so obviously their defense is extremely fast. They've got a solid offensive line. One thing you know about Dike is they don't hurt themselves. They don't beat themselves. They're well coached. Don Betts is a Hall of Fame coach. He's been there a long time, and those guys are always, vying for a spot to go to the Dome every year. And, this year they believe they've got the best team they've had in years. And so, we've got a heck of a team to face here. If we're going to beat these guys, we're going to have to play our best football.
For MFL MarMac, what does that involve then?
We have to be selfish. We have to say, hey, Dike-New Hartford, you can't have the ball. We got to keep it in our hands. And, we got to grind it out. It's got to be an Underwood from last year, an Underwood 2.0, where we have 38 minutes of possession time and keep the ball away from those guys from Dike and don't let them have a chance to score, because they're going to put some points on the board, no doubt. And nobody's kept them out. They've scored at first against everybody, even against Grundy Center. They've been the first to score. So, we've got to be extremely disciplined. We've got to be, we've got to make the most of every possession that we have. And like I said, we got to grind the clock. Defensively, we got to get some stops, get the ball back to our offense, and then just grind it out, be more physical than them.
Transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
At Alameda Clayton REC, we provide more than energy. We also provide ideas to help you stay safe, especially during harvest season. If your equipment contacts a power line, back away. When you can't back away, call a radio for help. If you must, jump clear of the equipment. Do not touch the ground and the equipment at the same time. Report power line hazards today. At Alameda Clayton REC, we care about keeping you safe. That's the power of human connections. Alameda Clayton REC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Good evening once again, everybody. How you doing? Dan Barons along with Coach Aaron Hammond. Welcome to Monona, and it's a key Class 1A District 3 matchup tonight on KCTN. It is Dike-New Hartford and MFL MarMac. There are two teams undefeated yet in district play in this district, and these are the two teams meeting tonight.
Yeah, these two teams looking to keep their district's hopes alive for a championship. And, the district championship has to go through Monona this year. This is a big ball game for both of these teams, and I think both coaches are well aware. I think the players are well aware of the magnitude of how big this game could be.
As we always start doing, we start talking about the visiting team, and, of course, that involves Dike-New Hartford. The Wolverines are 4-1 overall. Their only loss to number 1 Grundy Center to start the year. Since that point, they have rolled off 4 impressive wins, beating, of course, Sumner Fred. Last week they beat Central Springs by a final score of 48-6. They've outscored their opponents the last 4 games 124-0 in the first half.
Well, yeah, and that's why they have the ranking that they have. They're ranked 3rd in the Class 1A right now. And when they started the season, they were ranked number 1 against Grundy Center. And, Grundy Center lost a lot. And Grundy Center came out and played a great ball game. Dike played a great ball game. And I think since that point, Dike-New Hartford's been playing pretty inspired football, just going out and hammering people offensively.
And I think this is the best compliment you could give them, and this came from Coach Dan Anderson. This team is good enough to get to the Dome, this Dike-New Hartford team, and good enough to go all the way in Class 1A. Now, Grundy Center obviously will have a say in that, but he certainly feels they're one of the handful of teams or less that have a chance to win it in Class 1A. It's a balanced offensive attack. Of course, their quarterback is Colin Meester, and we remember a lot of these guys from last year. Meester's thrown for over 600 yards this year, but they also love to run the ball, and that, of course, is Borcherding, their leading ball carrier.
Yeah, he's got 88 carries, 530 yards. He's hit pay dirt 6 times, but you can go down the line, and there's about 3 or 4 more guys who contribute just enough to keep you off balance. But I think the biggest thing we're going to see with the offense, they're fast. I mean, they've got speed up and down the line, and MFL MarMac has had to try to prepare for that this week because they've got a lot of talent there.
Well, and here's the thing. Borcherding, you mentioned his stats there, but it's not just those 2 guys. Receiving-wise, they've got a couple of guys like Carson Costello, 16 catches, 163 yards this season. Again, Devin Lotz has 17 receptions, 227 yards. So, I mean, it's more than just a one-pony show.
Yeah, they've got a lot of guys, a lot of weapons, and I think, Coach Betts is going to make the adjustments he needs to, him and his assistants. They're going to make the adjustments on the fly and figure out what can we take advantage of, and they're going to figure out which one of these guys is going to do it.
The best way to describe Dike-New Hartford is they're really MFL MarMac from a season ago.
Yeah, they've got a lot of seniors. I think you mentioned we were talking before the game, 10 of 11 seniors as their starters on both sides of the ball. So they are loaded up with seniors, guys that have been around the block. and guys that remember this matchup from a year ago.
Yes, that was when MFL MarMac went over there to Dike-New Hartford and won by a final score of 34-14. The other thing they've done well, turn the opposition over. Carson Costello has 4 interceptions to lead the way, but again, they're already double digits forcing turnovers.
Yeah, they've got 8 interceptions overall. They've forced 3 fumbles, and they've sacked the quarterback 6 times. So we talk about the offense and the speed. That same speed is on the other side of the ball, just rushing and taking things away, and it's going to be impressive to see. I don't know if MFL MarMac is ready for the magnitude of what they're going to bring.
All right, for MFL MarMac, the good news is you lost against Waukon early, but since then you have improved as, again, everybody, especially the skill position people, getting back into their normal roles, but it's always good to lean on a guy like Quinn McGee, who is, again, leading them in rushing this year.
Yeah, 86 carries, 681 yards. He's got 7 touchdowns, but I think a surprise for them is the junior, Eli Hansen. He's got 50 carries, 446 yards, and 6 touchdowns of his own. And there are other guys who have contributed, but then you talk about their quarterback, Carter Stoddard.
Yeah, Carter Stoddard had a great game last week. He was 8 of 11 passing on the season. Once again, Stoddard has completed 24 of 43 passes, throwing for over 300 yards, and he's rushed for over 150.
Yeah, and I think that was really evident last week when they played over at Sumner Fredericksburg. He realized that he could cut that corner instead of pitching it or giving it to that running back, and he got a lot of good yards on the ground last week. And I think they're going to need that dual threat a little bit because whatever Dike-New Hartford takes away, MFL MarMac has to find an answer for.
So last week, all of those passes came in the first half. They went strong with the running game in the second half. So Stoddard continuing to get better as the quarterback. And again, we mentioned Eli Hansen's been a great surprise running at the wingback spot for MFL MarMac. And defensively, this is a team, again, that is very active on defense. We saw them last week against Sumner Fred. Obviously, there was field position in that ball game, which led to one Sumner Fred score, but really made Sumner Fred work for their points.
Yeah, absolutely. Eli Hansen leading the way there, 27 tackles, 18 solo. But as a team, 5 sacks, 4 fumbles forced, and 2 interceptions themselves. So I think turnovers are definitely going to become important in this game. Whichever team wants to try to come out on top.
Yeah, Brock Hackett, also Austin Schaller. We saw him wreck things last week. Austin Schaller up front defensively. And MFL MarMac, where they have experience back this year, was up front. On the offensive and defensive lines, they've had some kids that played those roles a year ago, and that's really helped this growth for the Bulldogs.
It has, and they're going to have to really show up tonight because I think it's going to be a very physical game in the trenches. That may be a turning point and a key for either one of these teams.
Let's go through the starting lineup, and let's start once again here with Dike-New Hartford. They are 4-1, 2-0 in the district. The tight end is number 88, Jack Hones. He is a 6'4 senior, 265 pounds. The tackle is Tate DeBoer. He's a 6'5 senior, 240 pounds. Lou Texter is the guard, a senior, 6'3, 220. The center, the anchor of the line, is Dawson Dietrich. He's a 6'2, 220-pound junior, the only non-senior starter for the Wolverines. The guard is Cale Halverson, a senior, 5'9", 206. The tackle on the right side, Colton DeWall. He's a senior, 6'5", and 207 pounds. So again, look at the size up front for Dike-New Hartford.
Yeah, just big guys and physical guys strong up front.
And the receivers are Carson Costello, a senior at 6'3", 190. Devin Lott starts as the other receiver, a 6' senior, 170 pounds. The running backs, Jack Severson, a senior, 5'11", 190. Noah Borcherding, and yes, it's Borcherding in Dike-New Hartford. It's Borcherding up here. He's a senior, 5'11", 200 pounds. Colin Meester is, of course, the quarterback, a senior at 6'2", 180 pounds. Hones, DeBoer, along with Texter and Dietrich, all play on the defensive line. Meanwhile, the other starters at linebacker, Jake Reichs, a senior, 5'11", 168 pounds. Severson and Borcherding play the middle linebacker spots. Tyler Bennett is the senior. He plays the other linebacker spot on the weak side, 5'11", 160-pound senior. You've got Meester and Costello as defensive backs, along with Devin Lotz. He's a senior, 6 foot and 170 pounds. For MFL MarMac, let's see if we've got time to get their starters in. The quarterback is Carter Stoddard. He's a senior, 6'1", 180. The running back, Eli Hansen, a junior, 6'3", 185. Quinn McGee is the fullback, a senior, 6 foot, 185 pounds. The wing backs are seniors, Parker Keel, 5'11", 160. Brock Hackett, 6 foot and 175. Up front, the anchor of the line, Will Howes, a junior, 6 foot, 280 pounds. The left guard is Braden Gordon, a senior, 6 foot, 210. The right guard, Avery Thornton, Gordon, a senior, 6'2" at 250. The right tackle, Aiden Schulte, been a 4-year player. He's a senior, 6'4", 335 pounds. Cade Humble is a senior, starting at the left tackle spot, 6-foot senior and 240 pounds. Hunter Christofferson is your tight end. He is a junior, 6'2" and 220. Howes, Christofferson, Schaller all play up front. Gordon, Stoddard, and Hackett play linebacker. Keith Anderson is the inside linebacker, 5'9" senior at 155 pounds. McGew is the strong safety. Hansen at free safety. Parker Keel is the cornerback, and the other starter for MFL MarMac is Kodo Warrington at cornerback. He is a junior, 5'8" and 150 pounds. We'll take a break. When we return, the opening kickoff from Monona with MFL MarMac and Dike-New Hartford. A huge matchup coming up. You're listening to the Countdown to Kickoff from KCTN Sports.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping are proud supporters of all of our local high school sports teams. We want to wish everyone the best of luck on their season. We are here for all your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Give us a call at 563-245-2154. Again, that number is 563-245-2154. Thank you from Kurt and Ann at Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping, located in downtown Elkader.
Couple of minutes away from the opening kickoff tonight here at MFL MarMac High School. Updates on a number of games tonight. Clayton Ridge hosting North Lynn. Starmont is at Postville. North Fayette Valley entertaining New Hampton. And an 8-man tonight, Edco entertains Springville. Central hosting Riceville. And those are the matchups tonight. The Edco-Springville game, certainly an interesting matchup. Winner of that ball game, Edco actually would clinch the district title if they win tonight.
Yeah, essentially they should just clinch that title tonight, take care of business against Springville. Central having their homecoming tonight down in Elkader.
And they crowned the royalty last night in Elkader, by the way. Meanwhile, getting back to Edco, they play a district ball game next week against Calamus-Wheatland, but that's their final district game. So if they win tonight, there's no team that can catch them. They'll have the tiebreakers over everybody. Calamus-Wheatland's already got a couple of losses, 3 losses in that district. So Edco will try to take care of business tonight. All right, let's talk about keys in this ball game. Let's start first off for Dike-New Hartford.
Well, I think Dike-New Hartford, they've been off to a quick start. I think they want to establish whatever they're going to do defensively, whatever they're going to take away. I think they have to do that early, because if you let MFL MarMac establish the run game, the pass game, I think it's going to be a long night for them, and it's going to be a battle, an uphill battle.
You mentioned those things for MFL MarMac, and that's what it's all about. Can they keep the ball away from Dike-New Hartford? Can they get that running game consistently moving up and down the field? And again, you want to win time of possession and, more importantly, finish off drives.
Yeah, you want to control the ball and you want to be physical with it. And I think that wild card for both teams tonight is turnovers. Who can cause them? Who can recover them? That's going to be a turning point, and momentum's going to be huge tonight on which team can continue that momentum when they get it.
It is an absolutely gorgeous night here in Monona, especially for early October, because you never know what you can get weather-wise this time of year. Game time temperature, 62 degrees. It'll go into the 50s during the night. Supposed to be in the mid-80s tomorrow. No wind to mention in this ball game tonight, as the flag's just barely moving on the flagpoles at the one end of the end zone. If you're familiar with how this lays out here. MFL MarMac won the flip. They will be receiving to start this ball game, and they will be going from left to right, I believe. So that would be from Highway 18 into downtown Monona.
Absolutely. And, we've got a great crowd on the MFL MarMac side. The Dike-New Hartford side, about half full. Thought maybe it'd be a little fuller, but maybe they're at home listening to us on the radio.
And, of course, also on the video tonight.
Yeah,
you can listen on KCTN.com from the app. You can also watch the game from KCTN.com or on the KCTN YouTube channel. So our team's captains will meet at center field here, the center of the field, midfield, I guess we should call it, for the start of this ball game tonight. Dike-New Hartford, blue bottoms. They have the white tops, the DNH on the back of them, and the blue numbers with the black trim. One side of the helmet, they have the Wolverine logo. On the other side, it says DNH for Dike-New Hartford. Meanwhile, for MFL MarMac, black bottoms. They'll have the blue tops tonight. Actually, the blue bottoms and black tops tonight they'll have. And the helmets are blue, and you have the numbers on one side, and they are blank on the other. And it looks to me, actually, they're wearing black on both sides.
I think they're wearing black and black tonight. And field looks great tonight, Dan. They've got the lines out there. They've got the gold numbers. They got the logo in the middle. Looks wonderful out there tonight.
And again, MFL MarMac will be set to receive this opening kickoff as they went through the flip earlier in this ball game. So MFL MarMac will be set to receive. Bulldogs again and Wolverines are 4-1 in this district. Last year there was 3 teams in this district that reached the final 8 in the Class 1A playoffs. District not as strong as it was a year ago, but you still have some pretty good teams here, and MFL MarMac knows that this game is in all likelihood for the 1 or 2 seed.
Absolutely. This is probably going to determine the district title, which is crazy to say because they got 2 more weeks to play, but it's also huge for seeding as far as, do you get to host the first round? Do you get to host a couple of rounds? How long do you get to play on your home field?
So again, keep an eye as far as other ball games going on across our local area tonight, but in this district, Central Springs has been a bit of the surprise team in this district, and that is a team that Dike-New Hartford beat by a final score of 48-6 last week. Central Springs team that has 3 wins on the season, and of course MFL MarMac goes to Denver next week, and it's a Denver team that again lost quite a bit from last year, so they're retooling, and then they close with Central Springs to close the season.
Yeah, this is a big ball game. I don't think Denver is quite as strong as they have been in the past, but you still have to go there and win. And then, Central Springs is kind of a wild card up and down, so you want to take care of business with the teams you can take care of business
Antoine Deering was set to launch it away from the 40-yard line. Bulldogs have Quinn McGee deep, and also back there as well is Parker Keel. So here we go, week number 6 of the high school football season. We're ready to go with the matchup of the year in Class 1A District 3. And once again, looking down the field is the kicker in Deering, and we are underway here in this ball game. Short kick, left side, picked up by McGee at the 15-yard line. Brings it across the 25-yard line. He bounces to the outside. It's actually Parker Keel across the 30 onto the 35-yard line, tackled there. And in the open area, Carson Costello tracked him down. A 20-yard return by Keel. It's first down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs at their own 35-yard line. Good return here, and special teams certainly figures to play in this game.
Yeah, you play in that field position, getting out of the shadow of your own end zone, all important tonight, and that was a great return by Parker Keel. Get them out to the 35.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs start from the right hash mark. Dike-New Hartford with a 4-4 defense, and the Bulldogs line up with Keel as receiver near side, double wing set, McGee behind the quarterback Stoddard. First down, 10 yards to go. It is McGee running right into the heart of the Dike-New Hartford defense and goes nowhere. Quickly shut down up front. Leading the charge, number 79 along with number 56 as well. Number 79, defensive lineman Tate DeBoer, and number 56 there, Lewis Texter. So Bulldogs run fullback dive, run off the opening play, no gain, and it's 2nd and 10.
Well, and I think for both of these teams, running between the tackles is going to be tough, but especially for the Bulldogs with the physicality of the Wolverines, getting anything inside is going to take some work by those guys up front.
Yeah, both these coaches said that this game is going to be decided up front.
Yeah,
I mean, and many high school games are, but especially in this matchup tonight. So second down, 10 yards to go. Hansen goes in motion, gets the handoff, left side, trying to bounce to the outside. There is nothing doing there, and it's shut down again. So no gain on that play as they brought it left side, and it's third down and 10 yards to go. And yet, once again, it is DeBoer along with Texter again, showing force up front.
Well, and the Bulldogs have got nothing going, and they don't like being behind. They want to be on time with their downs. Here's 3rd and long. You'd hate to go 3 and out to start this ball game.
And again, it is 3rd down and 10 yards to go here, just under a minute into the start of this ball game. So the Bulldogs looking at 3rd and long on their opening possession. Keel spreads out as a receiver to the far left. And again, you have Hackett along with Hansen at the wing-back spot. So 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Stoddard with them under center here. Hansen in motion from right to left, and they are going to run the option. Stoddard pitches it to Hansen. Left side gets to the corner, but tripped up as he gets across the 35-yard line. Tripped up at the 38-yard line near the MFL MarMac sideline. And it is 3 and out for MFL MarMac, a 2-yard gain for Hansen.
Yeah, run well. Stoddard did a nice job of running that option and gave the pitch at the right time as he went down and got tackled, but just not enough there being behind in the 6. They're going to line up and punt.
Jack Severson was able to trip him up on that far side of the field for New Hampton. So MFL MarMac sent to launch it away. It will be Ben Cranbeer who does the punting. He's averaging 31 yards a punt. Back to receive for is Costello for Dike-New Hartford. And a good kick, but Costello's going to let it bounce at the 30-yard line. Kicks up. He gets it on a hop at the 20-yard line. Brings it right side, far sideline, across the 30-yard line, stacked up there. And it's going to be 1st down, 10 yards to go. Quinn McGee among the Bulldogs making the stop. And Dike-New Hartford takes over at their own 30-yard line. 1st down and 10 yards to go.
End-over-end punt there for Cranbeer, but a nice coverage by the Bulldogs there to pin him at their own 30. Dike-New Hartford, let's see what they come out and try to establish.
Costello is, again, the punt returner for Dike-New Hartford and averages around 13 yards per punt return. So he has done a very good job. Does not have a punt return for a touchdown, but has done a very good job there of, again, getting positive yardage. And that's basically what he did there, about an 11-yard return.
Yeah, picked it up on the bounce, which, can be risky sometimes, but picked it up clean and got a nice return.
So it's Dike-New Hartford, their initial possession. After MFL MarMac went 3 and out, they'll line up here, and they will go out of pistol formation. Meester is the, once again, senior quarterback, and they'll move 2 linemen over to the left side. The tight end, and also moving over there as well, will be Severson. And quickly on the play, it's a jet sweep left side. Getting the handoff is number 24, and that near side is Devin Lotz. Lotz brings it to the sideline, 50-yard line, inside MFL MarMac territory. Chased out of bounds there by Hansen. Also chasing him out of bounds there was Nearing, but a nice run on the jet sweep to the left side, and just like that, the Wolverines in Bulldog territory.
Yeah, 22-yard carry, and Lotz came in motion, gave it to him, and once he got past that end, he had a lot of green.
And by moving over Haynes along with as well Severson, that was the power side of the line for Dike-New Hartford, the left side.
Yeah, that end was trying to get upfield and try to seal that edge, but got blocked, and they had a couple of blockers in front, and nice job getting that huge gain.
So 1st down, 10 yards to go, 2 receivers to the right, and again, Costello runs out of pistol, and sometimes you'll see Dike-New Hartford run out of power I. Severson goes in motion, and they're going to run it up the middle with Borcherding. A huge hole up the middle, inside the 40-yard line. Wrapped up by Christofferson, but not before he picks up 8 yards as Dike-New Hartford controls things between the tackle, 2nd and short.
Yeah, and they're very physical up front. We talked about the senior leadership, and just an extra blocker there with the lead with the fullback, and a great gain to get it to the 40.
So 2nd down, 2 yards to go. Dike-New Hartford breaks the huddle, and now Severson moves over to the far left side and will be checking out of the ball game. So, and also number 24 is out as a receiver on the left side in Lotz. A receiver to the right, and that is Costello. So they continue to operate out of pistol. Costello goes in motion, and before we get going, there is timeout taken, and this is by Dike-New Hartford. So they may have been short a player out there.
I think they were, because they had 11 guys in the huddle, and 1 came off.
8:42 left in the opening act. The Wolverines driving. Let's take this break.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard, and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Life is better with American Family Insurance because our agents provide specialized local expertise to help you get the right coverage at the right price. We understand that farming is at the heart of what you do, and we want to help protect what you've worked so hard for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader, or call 563-245-2366.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
So a timeout taken by Dike-New Hartford, just underway here in Monona, and Severson checked out of the ballgame for Dike-New Hartford, and I believe that left them with 10 players on the field.
Yeah, I think Meester was back there counting, and he went, we're 1 short. So a good timeout there by Coach Betts.
So again, 2nd down, 2 yards to go. To the 40-yard line is where they operate. And they have now number 31 out there, and that is Severson back out there, and now brings it to the middle, and they run it up the middle with Borcherding once again. He's got a hole inside the 40, 30-yard line, breaks to the outside, and he's gone. 20, 10, touchdown, got it. It is a run that goes 40 yards, and an impressive drive from Dike-New Hartford. They lead 6-0.
Yeah, had a lead blocker there, number 31. We talked about him. That was important for Severson to be in the game, and once he got past Severson's block on the right side, bounced it to the outside, goes untouched into the end zone.
So 6-0, Dike-New Hartford. And again, this is what they did to Grundy Center, too. Starting the opening drive, moved right down the field. They've been so good on opening possessions. So they'll try the PAT now, and it will be Bolus, I believe, driving the
Bolus. And this is a spread formation, almost like a swinging gate kind of thing. But then they're going to come in here tight and actually kick this extra point.
And he's been pretty good on PAT. He's 20 of 22 this season. So Meester to hold, spot is down, the kick is up. It's high enough, long enough, put it on the board. 8:34 left in the opening act. 7-0, Dike-New Hartford in the lead. Let's take this break.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
So Dike-New Hartford, an impressive drive. They now lead by a score here of 7-0. And at the touchdown run, ends up going 40 yards for Borcherding and Bullis with the PAT. And again, it is 7-0. Dike-New Hartford in the lead. And to kick it off once again for them will be number 83 and Deering. So Deering launches it away. This will go far sideline. That's Parker Keel at the 5-yard line. Brings it up the left sideline across the 20, 22-yard line. Tripped up there just across the 25-yard line. And it's first down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, MFL MarMac's got to get something established on this second possession. Try to go between the tackles. Not a lot of success there. The one time they ran that pitch play on the outside, running the option, able to get a couple of yards. They got to establish something, whether it's the run or if they try to throw it downfield.
So first down, 10 yards to go. This is the second possession for the Bulldogs. They operate from the left hash mark. Keel is receiver to the left. This is a double wing set. Bulldogs ran 3 plays in the opening drive for 2 yards, so hoping to manufacture something here running the football. Stoddard on first down, 10 yards to go exactly at the 25-yard line. In motion is Hackett. They'll go back up the middle, and it is again McGee who runs right into the heart of the Dike-New Hartford defense and goes nowhere. Again, they're trying to establish McGee, which the Bulldogs lean a lot on McGee, and for the third time he's carried it, no gain.
Well, and he's not able to get any kind of head of steam because those linemen are getting a good push up front for Dike-New Hartford, and they're tackling him at or behind the line of scrimmage.
We talked about the size that Dike-New Hartford has on their offensive line. A couple of those kids play on the defensive line, too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good matchup. As both coaches said, in the trenches is going to be huge tonight.
So it's now second down, 10 yards to go. Receiver split to the left side, and Stoddard with him under center once again. And on second down and 10, Stoddard is going to throw the football. Rolling left, the left-hander towards the sideline, throws it, and he's hit, and the ball sails out of bounds. He was throwing it away. Stoddard had nowhere to go, then was being chased, and wisely ditched the ball out of bounds as he was chased once again there by Texter. Third time we've said his name. And a good decision by Stoddard. Let's not force things. 3rd and 10. Let's live for another down.
And I think Christofferson was in the area there, but that was just a throwaway and a smart move by Stoddard there, knowing, hey, I can't take a sack here. We need all the yards we can get.
So 3rd down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs. So far, they've run 5 plays and netted 2 yards against this Dike-New Hartford defense. And so far, they are as good as advertised. Receiver to the far left side in Keel. Double wing set as again, 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. And on 3rd down, 10 yards to go, they send Hansen in motion from right to left. Stoddard goes back to McGee, steps across the 25, 28-yard line, stopped right there, picks up 3, but it's going to be now 4th down and 7 yards to go. In on the play is number 88, Jack Haynes for Dike-New Hartford. The Bulldogs pick up a couple of yards, give him 3, but it's now 4th down and 7 yards to go.
Yeah, and I think the Bulldogs got to punt this away, got to try to play field position here. Last snap to Cranberry was a little low. They want to get that up in his hands so we can get a good punt off here and try to pin the Wolverines a little deeper.
Costello stands at his own 40-yard line, set to receive for Dike-New Hartford. Cranberry from inside his 15-yard line, set to launch it away, gets a good high snap this time, and a good high kick away from Costello. It'll bounce at the 30-yard line, takes a high hop, but Costello can't get to it. It'll roll inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. That ends up being a punt of 50 yards and no return. So the Bulldogs at least swing field position. 1st down, 10 yards to go at their own 20-yard line. 22-yard line is where Dike-New Hartford will start.
Yeah, that's a good flip of the field position there, getting them buried deep.
So again, this is their second possession, leading by a score of 7-0 after scoring in just a couple of plays on their opening drive.
Yeah, just a quick first drive and ended up in a touchdown. They're looking to continue to establish that ground game, I expect here.
So 1st and 10 from their own 22. They operate from the right hash mark, spreading out 2 receivers to the left. They continue in their formation with Severson as more of an H-back, but he'll come to the middle and then be used as an extra blocker. So they continue here with an offset formation. Again, in motion is going to be Severson to the left side, and they run it up the middle with Borcherding. Bounces to the outside as he's wrapped down from behind, and that time it's number 55 for MFL MarMac, Austin Schaller, able to track him down, moving to the right, tripped him up, and only a gain of 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
Well, and you saw a much better push by the Bulldogs in the middle that time, so Borcherding trying to bounce that to the outside, but great tackle there to prevent him from getting any more than a couple of yards.
So 2nd down, 8 yards to go as we approach the halfway point of our opening quarter. The middle of the field is where Dike-New Hartford operates. Again, same formation, 2 receivers to the left, and Severson lines up at that H-back spot on the right side. And they continue to run out of pistol formation. On 2nd down and 8, it is the snap to Meester. Toss play, left side, trying to get to the corner is Borcherding. He does. 25-yard line, 1st down, 30-yard line, midfield, pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Here comes a couple of flags behind the play. We may have a holding downfield on Dike-New Hartford, but Borcherding showed his speed getting to the corner.
Yeah, got to the corner, got about 17 yards on that, but that flag came in the area where we may have had a hold, but they're going to talk this over before they tell us here.
We had 2 separate officials throwing flags in that instance. It is holding against Dike-New Hartford, so that's a break for MFL MarMac, negates the 1st down run there by the Wolverines. So that'll push them back inside the 20-yard line as the penalty will be marked off, and they'll push it inside towards just outside the 20-yard line. So that penalty actually occurred past the 30-yard line, occurred past the sticks.
Yeah, it occurred out of the play. Those flags came in really, really late, and I think the hold happened after Borcherding was past them.
So 2nd down, 11 yards to go. Now 2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left. So that is, once again, number 31 has moved out as a receiver in Severson. They'll send Tots in motion, Lotz that is, and Meester to throw the football right side. It is caught by Lotz. Swing pass right side across the 25-yard line. Stood up there at the 26-yard line. Good closing speed by MFL MarMac. And in the secondary there, Carter Stoddard, one of the Bulldogs there to get that play. Also in pursuit as well. Schaller ends up in that area. And it's going to be now 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Manageable for the Wolverines.
Yeah, first completion there for Meester and hooks up with Lotz. Make this 3rd down something they can maybe manage.
So 3rd down, 5 yards to go from their own 27-yard line. Dike-New Hartford's first 3rd down of this football game. 2 receivers to the right, a receiver to the left. So again, 3rd down and 5. Bulldogs hoping to force them into some long situations. They send it back in motion in Costello. Pass over the middle. It's a dump pass. It is caught. That's Haynes, middle of the field, across the 35-yard line. Stop short of the 40. Just a quick dump pass over the middle. Haynes left open, and the Wolverines move the chains.
Yeah, just a little leak out there by the tight end and Haynes, and they just kind of dumped it over top of the line, and then he just rumbled for a few gain there.
And it was Costello going in motion from right to left, and that's where everybody's eyes kind of drifted. And then from the left side, Haynes just, again, took a couple of steps over the line of scrimmage from the tight end spot on the left side and catches it for 1st down. So they're out to the 39-yard line, about a 7-yard pickup on that play. Same formation for Dike-New Hartford on 1st and 10. And they go right back to Borcherding. Up the middle, stood up at the line of scrimmage and cannot get through. Maybe a yard, if that. Bulldogs much better defensively up front. Number 54, Braden Gordon, coming up from the linebacker spot, plugged the hole. 2nd down. Let's give him no gain. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a gain here, and they're having some words here. One of the officials talking to a player from Dike-New Hartford and a player from MFL MarMac, so maybe some pushing, some shoving, and they're just going to try to curb that right away.
And you hope that conversation went, you're both good teams. Let's not see this.
Yeah, we don't need to see this right now.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. You've got a full house backfield now as Costello and Lotz have moved into the backfield with Borcherding. But as we say that, they will move out of the backfield. Lotz and Borcherding will into, actually Borcherding stays in there at a running back spot. But to throw the football is once again Meester. The pass off the hands of his intended receiver Costello, just off the right hash mark at the 45-yard line. Falls away at the 50-yard line, incomplete. And it's now 3rd down and 10 yards to go for the Wolverines.
And that was a hot pass by Meester and a little too hot to handle. Went right through the hands of his receiver, but he put a little mustard on that one.
And Costello in that area. Keel among the Bulldogs in on that coverage. But again, if the ball's thrown a little bit lower, they probably have positive yardage or 6 or 7 yards. So 3rd down, 10 yards to go. As they operate from the right hash mark, Lotz moves out as a receiver to the left. You have Costello on the right side. And the quarterback Meester moving his running back Borcherding to the right side behind him. Severson goes in motion, and on 3rd and 10, they're going to run the option, and keeping it is Meester to the outside, 40-yard line, 45-yard line, knocked out of bounds right there at the 45-yard line. Good hitting on the far sideline by the Bulldogs. Number 52 with a hit out of bounds there in Keith Anderson. Pickup of 5. It's 4th down, 5 yards to go, and I believe the Wolverines are going to punt.
Yeah, this is a situation I think they just need to punt it away. Weren't able to get quite enough on that. If it's a little closer to midfield, Coach Betts might take a risk, but I think right now he's going to play the field position game, punt this thing away.
And they've had a couple of different kids do punting, and by the way, they haven't had to punt a lot, but number 10 will be doing the punting, and Peyton Pokorny, he is just a sophomore. So, again, it is 4th down, 5 yards to go.
Yeah, I think they're going for this, Dan. They're lined up.
It's a short formation. Yep, and they are going to punt it away, and this time it is Meester. Meester, a good punt. It goes over the head of Hackett, goes inside the 10, down to the 5, and that ball's going to set right down at the 3-yard line. Lotz, a Wolverine, actually ran by it, but it just laid down at the 3. A great punt from the 44-yard line all the way down to the 3-yard line. 53-yard punt, no return, and the Bulldogs take over from the shadow of their own end zone.
Yeah, that was a nice punt, and it checked up really, really well. It bounced, got past the receiver there, and then just checks up. It looks like they're going to put this at about the 4.
So a break for MFL MarMac. They'll take the extra yard. Meester, by the way, that's his 3rd punt of the season. So they, again, have had a couple of different guys. Pokorny was out there, but it was Meester that did the punting, and MFL MarMac stayed in their defense, their punt return defense, I should say, with 2 guys back.
Yep.
So 1st down, 10 yards to go. Bulldogs at their own 4-yard line, trailing 7-0. 3.5 left in our opening quarter. Hansen goes in motion, and they're going to run up the middle. McGee goes across the 5, tripped up as he gets to the 6-yard line. One of the better runs they've had on 1st down. It is a 3-yard pickup, 2nd down, and 7 yards to go.
Yeah, much better that time, getting McGee, getting him out of the tackles there and getting upfield.
Meester makes the tackle for Dike-New Hartford, but again, MFL MarMac, and McGee's made for this. If he can manufacture like 3 yards a shot, 4 yards a shot, they give him 5 on that.
Yeah, they gave him 5 on that, so he fell forward on it, so a healthy spot for the Bulldogs, but getting away from their end zone.
I'll tell you this, though. The scoreboard says it's at the 9-yard line, but it's really at the 8-yard line. Either way, they line up now with a tight end to the left side in Christofferson. So double wing set without a receiver spread out wide. And as I say that, they do line a receiver out left side, and they're going to run the football. And again, it is McGee trying to bounce to the outside. He gets through the first line at the 15-yard line, out near the 15-yard line. Got across the 10. Hard running by McGee, and he looks to be very near 1st down yardage. The officials want to look at it there, and sure enough, it is 1st down yardage.
Yeah, he got out to the 15. He's got plenty there for the 1st down, and I think this is huge for the Bulldogs to establish something, get a 1st down, have a nice drive started.
That is their initial 1st down of the ball game. Yeah, the Bulldogs coaching staff would love to see nothing but a time-consuming drive here, keep the chains moving, finish it off with a score. So trailing 7-0. Keel as a receiver on the far left side. And the Bulldogs continue in that formation of a double wing setup. McGee has had the last 2 touches and hard running for positive yards, 11 yards the last 2 carries. So on 1st and 10, Hansen in motion from right to left, right back to McGee. Nope, Stoddard is going to hand it left side to Hansen. Hansen gets around N, turns the corner at the 15, stops short of the 20-yard line, but picks up 4 yards, stretched out to the left side, the far sideline, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, nice gain there by Hansen, trying to go outside the end that time, bouncing it outside with the handoff from Stoddard.
Stoddard, by the way, has just gotten better every week. And again, he's just stepping into the quarterback role for the first time as a senior, but did a great job selling that fake. So 2nd down, 7 yards to go after Hansen picks up 3. Warrington is now lined up as a receiver to the right side for MFL MarMac, and it is 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Stoddard with him under center. Again, Hackett goes in motion from right to left. They go with McGee. McGee steps across the 20-yard line, out to the 25-yard line. Looks like he has 1st down yardage again across the 25. So McGee getting the legs churning, and that leads to positive yardage.
Yeah, gain of about 8 yards that time. So it's kind of getting himself established a little bit. And another 1st down for the Bulldogs. I think the coaching staff, like you said, happy to see that as they're starting to establish themselves.
We approach the 1-minute mark of our opening quarter. Wolverines lead 7-0. Keel now back in as a receiver to the right side. And they operate from the left hash mark. On 1st down, 10 yards to go from the 27-yard line officially. And Stoddard with him under center once again. Hackett goes in motion from right to left, right back to McGee. McGee, a couple of yards, leans out to the 30-yard line. He'll pick up 3 hard-fought yards right there. And it's 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Bulldogs, their plan to keep it on the ground in this ball game as much as possible. Only throw when you want to, not when you have to.
Yeah, if you can stay ahead of the sticks, throw it when you want to. That's huge. But right now, trying to establish that ground game and McGee doing the lion's share.
And an excellent job up front this drive for MFL MarMac, a drive that started on their own 4-yard line. And again, in about 4 minutes, they moved it out to the 30-yard line. This may be our final play of the opening quarter. They're lined up from the left hash mark. Keel is a receiver on the far left. And in the backfield now, Hansen joining McGee. Hackett goes in motion. They run it with Hansen on a counterplay right side. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Backs his way to the 32-yard line. Only picks up about 2. And that's how the opening quarter will come to an end. Dike-New Hartford in the lead, 7-0 at the end of 1. Bulldogs looking at a 3rd down when we return. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
Looking for a hassle-free banking experience this summer? Look no further than People State Bank. With our mobile check deposit feature, you can bank on the go from anywhere under the sun. Deposit checks using the People State Bank app and your smartphone's camera. Simply endorse the check with your signature, the words "for mobile deposit only," and your account number. Deposit done in seconds, leaving you with more time to enjoy the sunshine. Experience the freedom of banking at your fingertips with People State Bank. Download our app today and make this summer one to remember. People State Bank, member FDIC.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency, Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop Farm and Life, Garden View Place in Monona, Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, and LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville. 7-0 our score. Dike-New Hartford leads MFL MarMac. Let's pass along our officiating crew tonight. Larry Bertland is the head official, joined by some guys we know. Jeff Niehaus, Bob Camp, Mike Fitzgerald, Jamie Rodenberg, our officials for tonight's ball game. They did an outstanding job during the JV game, and a pretty good job so far here in the varsity.
Yeah, Dike-New Hartford's JV won that 34-18.
34-18. They led 26-0. MFL MarMac made it a game late. But Dike-New Hartford, and again, this is a program that just has been so good for so long. They don't have an issue at all with kids. You can see on the sideline here, just the varsity bench they have.
Well, we talked about the numbers. The JV had numbers on the sideline. Varsity's got numbers on the sideline. They brought 3 buses tonight, so they brought a lot of kids.
All right, another score to pass along. Edco leads Springville at the end of 1 by a score of 12-0. We'll continue to keep you up to date there. Meanwhile, MFL MarMac has 3rd down, 5 yards to go at their own 32-yard line as we begin the second quarter. Dike-New Hartford scored on their opening drive. That was Morterding with a 40-yard run, and the PAT made it 7-0. So third down, 5 yards to go. Hansen moves out as a receiver in the slot on the right side. 2 receivers to the right for MFL MarMac. And on 3rd and 5, Stoddard drops back and looking to throw the football. Stoddard has time, throws it left side to Christofferson, catches it, 40-yard line, breaks through, and he's across the 45-yard line to Keel. Keel inside the 45-yard line. Did that ball go off the hands of Christofferson into the hands of Keel?
It went off Christofferson as he spun, and Keel just took it from him and continued down the field, and what a great reception.
So they tag team for a big pass play, and the Bulldogs inside Wolverine territory.
Yeah, that's about a 27-yard gain, and Keel's going to get the credit for that, but Christofferson on the assist.
Yeah, so Christofferson got the first down to the 45-yard line, then Keel took it the next 12 yards. So a tag team catch puts it first down, 10 yards to go to the 43-yard line. Bulldogs, more importantly, converting on 3rd down.
Yeah, that was huge.
2 receivers to the left. First down, 10 yards to go, the first drive in Wolverine territory. And on 1st and 10, Stoddard runs the football with McGee. McGee, a couple of yards to the right, maybe to the 40. I'd give him a good 2 yards, and it's 2nd down, 8 yards to go. As the Dike-New Hartford, you figure as you get closer to the goal line, their defense will tense up a little bit more. In on the play, Severson, one of the linebackers for Dike-New Hartford. So 2nd down, 8 yards to go, as we are 1 minute into our second quarter.
Yeah, hard-fought yards so far for Quinn McGee, but he's running really hard in between the tackles.
And again, Bulldogs for the 3rd play in a row will continue with 2 receivers to the left side. McGee in the backfield and joined there by Hackett. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Stoddard with him under center and goes left side, and this correction is actually number 7 carrying the football there, and that is Jaden Soppy, who brings it inside the 40-yard line down to the 36-yard line. So Jaden Soppy, who has 2 rushes on the season, one of them is a touchdown, by the way, just ran that up the middle, and it's 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
Oh, that was a great gain by Soppy there, able to pick up about 7 yards.
Soppy listed as 6'4", 178 pounds. Now McGee alone in the backfield. They have 3 receivers to the right, and it is 3rd down. It is now 4 yards to go, certainly in 4-down territory at the 36-yard line. Hansen goes in motion. He'll get the handoff right side, has to cut back inside. He'll only get inside the 35 for about 2. Again, Hansen really wanted to bounce that outside, but the edge had cut off the corner. Brings it back inside, and there once again is Severson making the play, but it's inside the 35, and it's going to be 4th down in about a 2-yard-to-go situation for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a short 2 here, and I think given where you are in the field, being down a score, they're going to try to pick this up.
This drive is over 6 minutes old, and they're only at the 34-yard line, but it started at their own 4. So 4th down, 2 yards to go for MFL MarMac. It's a go-for-it situation here. Double wing set. McGee was in the backfield. Hackett goes in motion, and jumping off sides there is Dike-New Hartford. Stoddard changed the cadence, and a couple of Wolverines jumpy up front.
Yeah, that's going to go as a 5-yard penalty, but more importantly, that's going to pick up the first down for the Bulldogs.
So that'll put it inside the 30-yard line down to the 29-yard line. Stoddard, a great job selling that again.
Yeah, hard count and the motion by Hackett there, all that contributed, and 2 guys up front for Dike-New Hartford jumping the gun a little bit. The drive continues, and this is a great time-consuming, well-executed drive by the Bulldogs.
Again, you got to finish it off, but you can't draw it up any better for the type of drive MFL MarMac needs in this ball game tonight. So 1st down, 10 yards to go, 29-yard line from the right hash mark. Stoddard is going to throw the football, fake the handoff, left side. That pass is intercepted by Severson at the 25, and he's got green grass ahead of him. At 50-yard line, down to the 40-yard line. At the 30-yard line, finally brought down inside the 25. Severson didn't rush, drop back, jumped the pass route, and it was almost like it was thrown right to Severson. Stoddard tracks him down inside the 25-yard line, but the first turnover of the ball game comes for Dike-New Hartford.
Well, and there was a great push up front by Dike-New Hartford, kind of rushed Stoddard. He had to get rid of that a little bit quicker than he wanted to, and I don't think he saw Severson underneath on that pass.
And Severson, who's been involved in so many plays at the line of scrimmage or beyond, read the play perfectly and dropped into the, again, secondary, just dropped back into coverage and makes the interception. But more importantly, the return brings it down to the 28-yard line. So 3 minutes into our second quarter, Dike-New Hartford leading 7-0, back inside Bulldog territory.
Yeah, great field position here for Dike-New Hartford. They got to lean on the Bulldog defense now to try to keep them out of the end zone.
Receivers split left and right. Severson just made the interception. He goes in motion to the right side, and Meester hands it off to Borcherding up the middle, stumbles ahead, 20-yard line. He's going to pick up a solid 4. Inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. Anderson makes the tackle up front for MFL MarMac, but a 3-yard gain on 1st down.
Yeah, and Borcherding hard running there. You can see him full head of steam when he gets that ball, hitting the line hard and always falling forward. We saw that last year out of him. We're seeing hard running out of Borcherding as well.
Couple of scores. North Lynn leads Clayton Ridge 13-0 at the end of one. Starmont leads Postville 14-0 at the end of one. Riceville leads Central 20-0 at the end of one. We'll continue to keep you up to date. Meanwhile, second down, 7 yards to go here for Dike-New Hartford from the right hash mark. Severson goes in motion, but right back to Borcherding, right side, wrapped up by Schaller and brought down to the 20-yard line. Schaller crashed in from the left side. Stoddard came in from the linebacker spot up front. It is no gain, and it's third down and 7 yards to go.
That was a big tackle by Schaller there, getting in the backfield and kind of bringing Borcherding down by his arm. He had a hard time holding on to that ball as he went to the ground.
And the way he spun, you're worried about maybe, a leg or an ankle injury, something like that.
Injury or a ball coming out or something happening, but he pops up, he's okay.
Yep, and at the 20-yard line, third down, 7 yards to go. Two receivers to the left, and Lutz, a single receiver to the right side. And by the way, coming off the field for Dike-New Hartford is Severson limping to the sideline. So here we go, 3rd and 7. Meester to throw the football, looking into the end zone for Costello. Goes up, catches it, touchdown, got it. Flag thrown in the end zone, but it appears it's a touchdown to make it 13-0 Dike-New Hartford.
Yeah, we'll see what this flag was because this flag is thrown in the end zone. If it's defensive pass interference, it won't matter. But if Costello pushed off to create that room, that ball's going to come back.
And he certainly had spacing, and it is interference on MFL MarMac. So the penalty will be declined on 3rd and 7. It ends up being, a 22-yard pass?
20-yard pass, yep.
So it's 13-0 Dike-New Hartford. And Costello, they just used the size in the end zone as he got free for the touchdown.
Yeah, able to get behind the defense. They had a receiver who broke off the route just before the goal line, and they threw that kind of over his head to Costello, who was in the end zone, able to reel that in for the touchdown.
Costello's 5th receiving touchdown of the season. So MFL MarMac here giving up a touchdown pass, and this shows you what Dike-New Hartford can do. Had a big running play, now a big pass play for scores.
Yeah, they can do both, but that was all started with the hard running by Borcherding, but even more importantly, the interception brought back by Severson.
And Bullis will be in to kick the PAT for Dike-New Hartford with 7:32 to go. After the Bulldogs had a lengthy drive of 6.5+ minutes that ended in that interception, Dike-New Hartford scores on the 3rd play, and it's 13-0 here. To hold is once again Costello, and Costello awaits the snap. Snap is there, kick is down, it's high enough, long enough. Put it on the board. 7:32 left in the half. 14-0. Dike-New Hartford in the lead. Let's take this break.
Scooters Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooters Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooters Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooters Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooters Coffee in Manchester.
It's back to school time and the fall sports season is underway. Hi, this is Dr. Jessica Wilkie from Family Dentistry Associates of Monona, and I am excited to announce the addition of Dr. Chase Bruner and Dr. Daphne Hafler to our team. Dr. Bruner, Dr. Hafler, Dr. Foey, and myself are welcoming new patients as we cheer on all our area student athletes this fall. We look forward to seeing you at your next dental appointment. Family Dentistry of Monona, where health-changing smiles are created.
So for Dike-New Hartford, it is a 20-yard touchdown pass. Meester to Costello. Bullis' PAT makes it by a score of 14-0. Dike-New Hartford in the lead. MFL MarMac to get it back. The positive news for the Bulldogs, you've shown you can move the football in this game. That last drive was one of those time-eating drives, but it ended with a turnover.
Yeah, and the penalty that they had is going to be marked off here on the kickoff. So Dike-New Hartford is kicking from MFL MarMac's 45 right now.
And to launch it away once again will be Deering from the 45-yard line. You figure he'll just boot it into the end zone. And here is the kick from Deering. He'll launch it back, and MFL MarMac will not have a chance. As a matter of fact, it hits the back of the end zone. So an outstanding kick there, and it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs at their own 20-yard line. Dike-New Hartford forcing their 12th turnover in the 6th week of the season so far.
Yeah, that was a nice pick there, and that all starts because of the push up front, forcing Stoddard to throw the ball a little earlier than he wanted to. So we'll see what the Bulldogs can do. They need another nice long drive, but they need points too. They need to answer that score.
So first down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac, operating from the middle of the field. Keel is spread out as a receiver to the right. MFL MarMac mixed it up their last drive. Severson, who had left the field before the touchdown play, is back in there at middle linebacker for Dike-New Hartford. He had the interception that led to that drive. First down, 10 yards to go. They run it up the middle. McGee, not much. Right at the heart of the Dike-New Hartford defense. Severson on the bottom of that pile, and it's going to be second down and 10 yards to go. That time, number 54 as well there for Dike-New Hartford, and that is Cooper Steffen. So it's second down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, just nothing up front right now. That defensive line for Dike-New Hartford doing a good job of getting a push, getting into that backfield, and not giving McGee any room to operate.
Warrington is a receiver to the left. Double wing set. Stoddard again with him under center. McGee in the backfield. On second down, 10 yards to go. Hansen in motion, and they'll go back to McGee. Actually, off the right side is McGee. Leans out to near the 25-yard line. Solid run. Close to 5 yards, but it's third down now and a long 5 to go for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're getting some yardage, but I don't think they're right where they want to be yet. First down, no gain, second yard. You got to pick up more yards to stay on time.
It's going to be third down and 6 yards to go, so it's a long 5, but closer to 6. Bulldogs needing to convert, down 14-0 here in the second, with 6.5 left in our first half. Hackett at a wing spot, along with Hansen. Hackett to the left, Hansen to the right. Keel lined up as receiver on the near side. So third down, 6 yards to go. Hansen goes in motion. Stoddard runs the football back to McGee, maybe to the 25-yard line, and that's it. Needed 6, only got a yard that time. Tried to go off left side. Lots up in the secondary to make that play. Also there as well, number 13 in Jake Reichs. And it's going to be fourth down and 5 yards to go for MFL MarMac. In all likelihood, to punt it away from deep inside their own territory.
Yeah, it looks like the punt team's going to go out, and it looks like Costello's going to go deep here for the Wolverines.
And this is where Dike-New Hartford figures to get pretty good field position because Costello stands back inside his 45-yard line. So they figure to get good field position. Cranbeer to punt it away for what is the third time tonight. Gets the snap, and that ball easily away. Kicks it away from Costello near the sideline area. It'll bounce at the 40-yard line. Kick out of bounds there inside the 35-yard line. We'll see exactly where they spot it. It's going to be at the 36-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Not a bad punt at all. That ends up being a punt of 38 yards and no return. First down, 10 yards to go for the Wolverines. 5.5 to work with, leading 14-0.
Well, now if you're the Bulldogs, you're looking at the time going, well, we want to get the ball back. We've got time that we can score, but we need to get the Wolverines off the field without having them score again. You really don't want to go down by 3 scores because Dike-New Hartford's going to get the second half kickoff.
And this is the other thing. MFL MarMac not built to come from behind. This is a tough team that wants to just methodically control the ball game. But it's a little bit tough. They're not going to have a lot of 70, 80-yard runs.
Yeah, they're not going to have those quick scores or those big plays. They're going to grind it out.
First down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the left for Dike-New Hartford. And on first down, it is Meester running out of pistol. They run it with Borcherding left side and runs into the line for MFL MarMac. Only a yard up front. Outstanding job by the Bulldogs, closing that down off the right side. In on the play for MFL MarMac, number 69, Avery Thornton off that right side. Maybe a yard. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Yeah, hard running there for Borcherding, and good job, again, by the Bulldogs up front. And that second wave of linebackers here wrapping him up, keeping him from getting anything more.
In a fast-moving first half, we go inside 5 minutes here in the second quarter.
Well, both these teams like to run. You know, the pass plays have been inbounds, so there haven't been a lot of stoppages of play.
So second down, we'll call it 9 yards to go. And in the ball game is Devlin Davis, a junior. He's lined up at a wingback spot on the right side. Meanwhile, Meester, it's an option play right side. He's going to keep it. Turns the corner at the 40-yard line on the near side. Driven down there by Austin Schaller at the 42-yard line, but picks up 6 on the quarterback boot to the right.
Yeah, that was just a designed boot play for the quarterback, and he had lots of lead blockers between the guys in the slot and his running back, Borcherding.
So third down now, 3 yards to go for Dike-New Hartford from their own 43-yard line, and the Bulldogs could certainly use a stop here as we go towards the 4-minute mark in our second quarter. So they operate from the right hash mark. Spread out as receiver to the left side is number 13 in Jake Reich for Dike-New Hartford. Otherwise, you've got a group of 3 to the right side. So third down, 3 yards to go. And here is the snap back to Meester. He's going to run the option. There's a flag before this play even gets going. They were going to run the option to the left side, but a flag thrown. And I think Borcherding may have been leaning just a bit from the tailback spot.
Yeah, I think he kind of gave it away there because he was trying to get that early step because he wanted to get in front, be that option man, and you could see the officials say, he's kind of pulling that shoulder and trying to get turned before the play actually starts.
So a break for MFL MarMac. Neither of these teams are heavily penalized teams. Pretty disciplined football. But it puts it back to the 37-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and 8 yards to go. So a different formation here now for Dike-New Hartford. Lotz moves into the slot position, and to keep an eye on Costello on the near side. They operate from the right hash mark. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Here's the snap back to Meester. Meester has time, one-on-one, looking for Costello. 40-yard line goes up, bobbles it, hangs onto it, brought down to the 30-yard line. Warrington in on the coverage, and that was just a 50-50 ball. But Costello is 6'3", going up against Warrington, who's 5'8", and the size makes a difference. A huge 3rd down conversion for the Wolverines. And they're down from the 37-yard line down to the 31-yard line.
22-yard gain there to Costello. Is that who brought it down?
Yes, that is the second big play they have had on 3rd down in this second quarter. So the clock continues to move, and Costello bobbled the ball but continued to regroup, hit the ground with his back, and hung on to it. So 2 receivers to the right. Lotz goes in motion, but back up the middle with Borcherding. Borcherding inside the 25-yard line. Stoddard brings him down, but he's inside the 25 up the middle, down to the 24-yard line. 8-yard gain on 1st down as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter.
And a time-consuming drive, a good drive here for Dike-New Hartford. And if you're the Bulldogs, you got to find a way to slow them down and get the ball back.
So 2nd down, short situation for Dike-New Hartford. They've had to punt once in this football game. Otherwise, they have scored on the other 2 possessions. 2 receivers to the left. Lotz again on the left side along with Costello. And Borcherding continues off the right side. And he's behind the quarterback there in Meester. They send it back in motion in Davis. And on 2nd and 2, right back up the middle, Borcherding. Huge hold inside the 20-yard line. 1st down to the 15-yard line. Tackled there by number 7 again in Schutte for MFL MarMac. And it's going to be now 1st down, 10 yards to go. Yeah, Blake Schutte, by the way, is number 7 for MFL MarMac. I read number 7 for Dike-New Hartford earlier.
Yeah, I read the wrong one, yeah.
But I will tell you this, Schutte, that was his 3rd carry of the season as well. We mentioned that it was Soppy's 3rd tackle earlier.
It was Schutte's.
Yeah, it was Schutte, but still his 3rd carry of the season. Meanwhile, 1st down, 10 yards to go here to the 17-yard line after they convert on that 2nd down run. And same formation for Dike-New Hartford. At the 17-yard line, they'll send Lotz in motion from left to right, but back up the middle, Borcherding. Borcherding tripped up at the line of scrimmage, gets to the 16-yard line. Nice job by Brock Hackett. Shooting through on the right side, tripped him up, only a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Inside 2 minutes left here in the half.
Well, and if you're Dike-New Hartford, this is what you wanted to do. Nice long drive. You'd love to get some points out of this and go up by 3 scores. If you're the Bulldogs, right now you got to keep them out of that end zone.
Dike-New Hartford has been so good in the opening halves, especially the last 4 games, outscoring their opposition 124-0. Think about that. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Costello in motion from right to left, and they're going to throw the football, slant play, and it's knocked away and almost intercepted. His receiver was not open. They were looking to dump it to the tight end in Haynes, but in the area was number 52 for MFL MarMac, and that was Anderson, who actually batted the ball down, got his hands on it, could not haul it in, but it's incomplete. It's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was a big play for the Bulldogs here. That that Dike-New Hartford here got to pick up this 1st down, and you got to play some defense on 3rd and long.
They were just looking to dump it. The same play they ran earlier for a 1st down in this ball game, but that time Anderson picked up the tight end and was able to stop the play. So 3rd down, 9 yards to go from the 16-yard line is where they operate from. And again, from the middle of the field. Quickly up, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and again in motion is Costello. And they're going to throw the football again. Meester right side, one-on-one, off the hands there of Soppy, and then it's knocked away as he's hit by Warrington. Right at the numbers at the 10-yard line on the near side. Good close by Warrington. Soppy unable to haul it in, and it's 4th and 9 for Dike-New Hartford.
And that was a great defensive play there by the Bulldogs because Soppy touched that ball about 3 times, couldn't quite haul that in.
As far as field goal-wise this year, Dike-New Hartford has not tried a field goal. But so this is a situation they're going for it on 4th and 9 at the 16-yard line. MFL MarMac defense desperately needs a stop here. So at the same formation, but this time 2 receivers move to the left. Keep an eye on Haynes as the tight end, but now MFL MarMac wants a timeout here. So the Bulldogs take a timeout. Big 4th down coming up for Dike-New Hartford. They lead 14-0. Timeout on the field.
Northern Country Co-op and Via Field are now Nexus Cooperative. your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Smitty's Oil and Tire in Monona, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling of Monona, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, and Arlington, member FDIC, Furniture Showcase and Oilwine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, and Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent. Good timeout taken by MFL MarMac. You have to be sure on this fourth down play. It is 4th down and 9 yards to go for Dike-New Hartford at the 16-yard line. 1:29 to work with here in our first half. So Dike-New Hartford, after stopping MFL MarMac on a 3-and-out, has moved from the inside their own 40-yard line down to the 16-yard line. 4th down, 9 yards to go. 2 receivers to the right, Lotz alone on the left side. And on 4th and 9, back to Meester. Meester drops back right side, looking into the end zone. This time he's looking deep there for Reichs. Reichs goes up, corner of the end zone. Does he hang on to it? The officials look. It's a touchdown. What a catch by Reichs in the far corner of the end zone on the right side. And it's 20-0 as the Wolverines convert on 4th down.
And Rice did a nice job of knowing where he was, having that spatial awareness of I'm in play. He knew he could go up and get that ball and still get 1 foot down. He did a great job of doing that. A 13-yard catch there by Reichs. That's his second catch tonight, his first touchdown of the night.
Our officials did a great job of conferring, closing in on that far corner of the end zone. So here is the PAT, and again they line up as it's the swinging gate, but not the case. They're going to move everybody in. And Costello to hold, actually Meester to hold. Meester has thrown his second touchdown pass of the first half. Spot is down, the kick is up, it hits the upright and bounces off. He dunked it off the front of the upright. So with 1:20 left here in the half, now 20-0. Dike-New Hartford in the lead. Let's take this break.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
It's pretty unusual for a bank to be 100% employee-owned, and Freedom Bank wouldn't have it any other way. Employee-owned means we're not just your bank, we're your friends and neighbors. We value being active community partners, and we believe in donating generously to local causes. We empower success, not just for our customers, but for our communities as well. Visit Freedom Bank in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC.
So 20-0, it is Costello hooking up with Reichs. A 16-yard pass play happened on 4th down. The PAT fails, and it is now 20-0. Dike-New Hartford leads MFL MarMac here with 1:20 to go in our second quarter. Coming up at the half, we'll talk with MFL MarMac cross-country coach Eric Koenig. He'll be our halftime guest tonight. We'll get an update on the Bulldogs cross-country season and how things are going for the girls and boys. Deering squibs the kick. This ball will bounce up at the 25-yard line into the hands there of McGee, who hands it back to Keel, and it's a flip play to the right side. Keel brings it down the far sideline across the 40-yard line, tripped up at the 42-yard line. Couple of flags on the back side of that play, but a nice return. McGee pitched it there as Parker went from left to right.
Yeah, Parker Keel came there from the left side, and in kind of an end-around type motion, and a pitch from McGee there. But we'll see what these penalties are. If they're against the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines, that's going to push them midfield. But I think these are going to be against the Bulldogs.
And it is against MFL MarMac, and it appears to be a block in the back. So with 1:13 to go, that will negate a nice run for the Bulldogs and push it inside the 30-yard line. Again, they have 2 timeouts to work with, 1:13 left in this half. And as you mentioned earlier, Dike-New Hartford gets the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, that's huge right now, is knowing that, hey, this is a chance here because Dike-New Hartford's going to start that second half.
By the way, at the half, we'll get you caught up to date on all the scores from across the area tonight. as we are flying in this first half. MFL MarMac, first down, 10 yards to go, 27-yard line. So about a loss of 15 yards on that penalty. First down, 10 yards to go. Hansen goes in motion, and they are going to run the option. Stoddard's going to keep it, pitches it, fumbles the football, but it's picked up by Stoddard. He was looking to pitch it and just about turned it over. Reichs, who just caught the touchdown earlier, made the stop on Stoddard, and Stoddard, fortunately, after fumbling it, landed right on top of the ball, but it's a loss of a yard.
Well, and I think that was going to be a late pitch by Stoddard. He saw, hey, I'm going to get tackled here right at or near the line of scrimmage. I'm going to try to get rid of this, and he's lucky he fell right on that.
All right, we're down to 45 seconds. There's 20 seconds left on the play clock. If you're MFL MarMac here, Dike-New Hartford only has 2 timeouts to operate with. They may think about using one of them if they get a stop here. So on second down, 11 yards to go. Stoddard goes with Hansen, trying to get to the right side. 30-yard line, stumbles, but has first down yardage across the 35-yard line, out to the 36-yard line. One of the better runs for the Bulldogs in this first half. So that moves the chains. It's first down, 10 yards to go. 13-yard pickup by Hansen. 27 seconds left to work with. But the Bulldogs appear to be huddling here on first and 10 at their own 38.
Yeah, they're going to huddle here. They're going to figure out what they want to play. I assume they're trying to take a shot downfield here, but they may just be content to run it on the ground, too.
So first and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Hackett goes in motion again, and they're going to keep it on the ground with Hansen. Hansen's got a hold across the 45-yard line. Good, strong running. He's out near midfield. That's another first down, but the clock will stop with 10.9 seconds to go as we move the chains, and MFL MarMac will now use one of those timeouts. So you've got 10.9 seconds to work with. You're near midfield. And, their thought was if we break open a big play, maybe that changes things. You've got time for 2 plays here.
Yeah, I think that you can run 2 different plays. If you can get to the middle of the field, even with a pass play, and, give yourself a chance to throw it in the end zone on the next play, I think if you run the ball here, you're going to have to be up to the line real quick before you make that throw.
All right, let's update you on scores again at the half now. Riceville leads Central 43-0. At the end of one, North Fayette Valley leads New Hampton 7-0. At the end of one, North Lynn led Clayton Ridge 13-0. Strawmont leading Postville at the end of one 14-0. And Edco leading Springville at the end of one 12-0. Again, we'll continue to update you and expect to get updates as we get our halftime show underway here in just a little bit. First down, 10 yards to go. Again, you go by the sticks, you get the first down, clock stops, and the Bulldogs would like to certainly pick up a big chunk here.
Well, I think if they could get about 15 to 20 yards downfield, they're going to feel a whole lot better. They do have Cranberry as a weapon to kick a field goal, but I think right now, being down 3 scores, you're thinking we got to get it in the end zone, and we got to get a good chunk of yardage here so we can take a shot at it here.
So it's first down, 10 yards to go. Keel is a receiver to the far right. Hansen and McGee continue in the backfield. In the slot is Christofferson. And on first down, 10 yards to go. Stoddard with him under center here. And they are going to run the football with Hansen again. Trying to get to the outside. Tripped up inside the 50-yard line, but lowers the head. Brings it to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up 7 yards. And MFL MarMac will quickly take a timeout again with 5.5 seconds left in the half. The good news is you're finding some success with Hansen here on this drive.
Yeah, Hansen's going right off tackle now, just outside the end, getting blockers by that slot back, and doing a nice job of getting upfield, getting bigger gains on first down, making second, third downs a little more manageable. The thing that's working against them right now is they just don't have any clock. They've got 5 seconds to work with here, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get this or not, but it's going to take a pretty big play.
Well, they've run it this entire drive, so you figure they're just looking to build on something here for the second half.
Yeah, they're looking to establish what can we do so they have something positive to talk about at halftime, but I think if you're the Wolverines, bend, don't break, don't give them anything big, but I think it's going to start up front, that push to try to get that big gain.
Yeah, Dike-New Hartford will keep everything in front of them. The yardage means nothing to them right now. They lead by a score of 20-0. They just don't want to give up a big play here. So MFL MarMac broke the huddle on the sideline and then actually went back. So it's second down. It is 3 yards to go.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. They were coming on the field, they went back, rehuddled. Now they're coming out on the field again.
So on second down, Bulldogs break here, and should be our final play of the first half, unless we get a penalty or something like that. So at the 44-yard line is officially the spot. And MFL MarMac here, this will be the final play. And they had a drive in the end of the first quarter and early into the second quarter. That was nearly 7 minutes, but it ended with an interception. That was when they trailed 7-0 early in this game. So here's your final play, perhaps of the half. Stoddard with him under center, 2 receivers to the right, and Stoddard to throw the football. Looking right side, the pass is caught. That's caught there by Schutte, who steps out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and we're down to 1.7 seconds left. So a quick out to the far sideline. Stoddard hit Schutte, who just lowered his head and got out of bounds. We will have time for another play.
Yeah, that was a smart move. That was Parker Keel on the sideline, and that was a smart move by Keel getting himself out of bounds.
It was 9, not number 7?
It was number 9, yep.
All right, and by the way, they will try a field goal here. So they're playing for 3. Ben Cranbeer is going to try a 53-yard field goal. His long on the season is 43, but they have confidence that he's got the leg. So to hold is Hackett there. And the ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Spot is down. The kick is up. It is high enough. It is not going to be long enough, and it's off to the left as it hits in the front of the end zone. Would have had a chance from 43, but the field goal from 53, that's how the half comes to an end. The Bulldogs come up short. We've played one half of football. Dike-New Hartford, the 3rd-ranked team in Class 1A, leading MFL MarMac 20-0 at the break. When we return, first half stats, our halftime interview coming up. You're listening to high school football on KCTN, Garnavillo, Elkader, Iowa.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Brown's family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Brown's family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Brown's is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms Financial Services. Their team of agents can show you how to save money on all your insurance needs with Grinnell Mutual. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services has you covered. You'll also receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Call Brian Buchenhagen, Cheryl Wagner, Emily Bazin, or Kayla Olson today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Top Gun Customs knows you can fill the deer tag well out of season. If you've tagged that prize buck, pull up to the stoplight at Top Gun in Garnavillo. That's it. Bob and his technicians have been repairing vehicles for over 45 years. We write the estimates, take the photos, and deal with the insurance company for you to ensure your vehicle is repaired quickly and, most importantly, safely. We also have free loaners or rental vehicles. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun to schedule your repair today. 563-964-9899.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Vorwald Enterprises, Inc. in Monona, Canucko Floor Covering in Monona, the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Bacon Concrete in Postville, and by Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. This is KCTN, Garnavillo, Elkader, Iowa. At the half, it is 20-0. Dike-New Hartford leads MFL MarMac. And again, we'll get you caught up to date on scores coming up in just a bit, our next segment. But right now, our halftime guest tonight, we're joined by MFL MarMac cross-country coach Eric Koenig. Coach, first off here, let's talk about the girls program. Who's contributing for you this year?
Oh, quite a few of them are actually contributing very well for us this year. We have a good, solid top 5. And interesting enough, normally you don't have this happen, but we've had 4 girls that, on the team perspective, have come in first for our team.
Really?
Normally you have 1 or 2 really dominant kids that lead the pack all the time, but Cora Keener, Brooke Donlin, Taryn Mosier, Charlotte Meyer have all come in first for our team. And to wrap up our top 5, Skylar Fisk, 5 count for a team score, so that's we make a big emphasis on that. But Kennedy Bachman, Evelyn Ruff, 6 and 7. Good solid runners. I mean, they're working up their way up to the point where they could be the top 5. And then to round out our team, Emma Cater, Lauren Sandstrom, Emma Driscoll, and Mariah Mosier.
Yeah, some good numbers there. Let's talk about the boys program and who's contributing for you.
Don't have enough for a full team. Only 4 kids, so 3 seniors, 1 freshman. It's a hard sport. Kids, are a little nervous to try it. So, but I'm hoping we can build, going forward, because we're going to lose 3 of these guys. But Jacob Shellhorn, as usual, performing well, a little bit slower than years past, but he's last week at Just Up worked his way up back to around a 17 even. That should be good enough to get him, to the state meet. But it seems like in both boys and girls, we're running faster times at meets than we have in the past, but so is everybody else. And it's just tough when you finally think that you've gotten to that next level, and everybody else picks up their game too.
Competition getting pretty good out there. Who else contributing for the boys?
Tucker Ruff, another senior. Again, he always starts out slow, ends the season really well. He's trying to get to that 18-20 mark that he's set in the past. Ran, I think, 19:30 the other night. So 3 more meets, I think he can get it done. That's a personal goal for him. Logan Ross and Peyton Schultz round out our guys. I mean, they help contribute to the team.
Sure.
They run times that are good for them.
And obviously just looking to get personal best as they continue to work.
Yep.
All right, what's coming up for you guys schedule-wise here?
Our last regular season meet is on Tuesday at Southwind. The following Thursday is conference at Elkader, and then I don't think this next week, but the following week we'll find out where we go for districts.
All right, let's talk about the conference meet, though. Let's start with the girls. Where do you see your team in there?
Well, I hope that we can pull out a win. We've only faced Southwind one time. I think they're ranked top 10.
Yeah, 4th, actually.
4th, okay. We saw them at Elkader a couple weeks ago. Both MFL and Southwind had all 5 of their top girls in the top 15. We had 4 in the top 10. They only had 3 in the top 10. But it just comes down to placing, and we're at in those spots you were at to win it. I mean, I think we lost by 12 points, but time-wise, we're right there with them. So I'm hoping another couple weeks, maybe we can inch past them.
Well, and that's at Elkader, so you mentioned you've run there before as well.
That's just it, yeah. So it seems to be a course that all the kids like.
All right, let's talk about on the boys' side then.
Jacob is, I think he's going for his 3rd or 4th conference title. I didn't look. I forgot to look up that stat, but I know
he's won a couple. Anyway.
I know he's run the last 2. I forget on the other one, but he's got some challengers, in the conference. A kid from Lansing, a kid from Central that have competed with him throughout the season. I think both of them have beat him at one point. So it's going to be tough for him. He's going to have to run his best.
All right. What do you want to see of the other 3 boys that are running for you then?
I would hope that Tucker might break top 10 if he runs his best time. The other 2, I think, the other 2 are going to be running for just personal best. I'm hoping Logan can pull off a 23, and Peyton could maybe get it down to a 25 or 26.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you guys here the rest of the season. Thanks for joining us here at the half.
Yeah, no problem. Thank
MFL MarMac cross country coach Eric Koenig talking things over about his girls and boys program. Our halftime guest here tonight in Monona. Dike-New Hartford leads MFL MarMac 20-0 at the half. Back with first half stats and an update on scores from across the area when our halftime show continues.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people, bottom line, is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what they do at Clayton Drug, now offering free delivery of prescriptions to the Monona area. To find out more, call 563-245-2530. Clayton Drug can help you transfer your prescriptions quickly and easily to their pharmacy. Clayton Drug is committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve all in between.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, living. So give your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer in both Guttenberg and Monona, a call. You can reach Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. That's 563-252-2471. They can help you and your family be good at life.
As you're bringing in the harvest this fall, remember to watch for overhead power lines.
A safety tip from Iowa's electric cooperatives.
If you snag a power line, remain inside your vehicle and if possible, back away from the hazard. If your equipment catches fire, jump clear and avoid vehicle and ground contact. Call 911 and your local electric company immediately. And train your crew on these risks and procedures too.
Iowa's electric cooperatives want you to be safe and productive this fall.
Alameda Clayton Electric, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Sincerely Yours Interiors by K in Monona, M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Ashbacker Building Supplies in Rossville, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual Agent in Monona, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, and Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. You're listening to MFL MarMac Football from KCTN Sports. At the half, MFL MarMac and Dike-New Hartford. It is the Wolverines leading by a score of 20-0 here at the break. Let's update you on scores from across the area now before we get to the game stats. Edco now leads Springville at the half 20-7. An improved Springville team this year, right in the mix in that district.
Yeah, they are. They're in the mix, but Edco taking care of things there at halftime.
All right. Also, North Fayette Valley in the second quarter leads New Hampton 14-0. Last report at the end of one, Starmont leading Postville 14-0. North Lane leading Clayton Ridge at the end of one 13-0. And also Central is at the half with Riceville, and it is Riceville leading by a score of 43-0. We expect updates on the Postville Starmont game and Clayton Ridge North Lynn game coming up in just a bit. Meanwhile, for Dike-New Hartford, they scored on their opening drive. Borcherding a 40-yard touchdown run. Bullis made the PAT. And then on a third down play, it was Meester hooking up with Costello on a 20-yard pass play. Bullis' kick made it 14-0 early in the second. They scored in the later part of the second quarter. Costello with a second touchdown pass to Reich's 16-yard pass play, which came on fourth down. The PAT failed. 20-0. Dike-New Hartford in the lead. We turn things over to Coach Aaron Hammond. Let's go through the totals. And first off for MFL, or actually for Dike-New Hartford.
Yeah, Dike-New Hartford on the ground. Noah Borkeding has 10 carries, 75 yards, including that 140-yard touchdown. For Meester, he has 2 carries for 11 yards. Lotz has 1 carry for 22 yards. So we're looking at 13 carries, 108 yards overall. In the air, Colin Meester has 5 completions on 8 attempts, 82 yards total. Those 2 touchdowns you mentioned. Costello has 2 catches for 42 yards, a 20-yard touchdown. Reichs has 2 catches for 29 yards, including that 16-yard touchdown. And Lotz has 1 catch for 6 yards. Haynes has 1 catch for 11 yards, so 88 yards in the air, 108 yards on the ground, 180 yards for Dike-New Hartford, more importantly, 20 points on the scoreboard.
And again, it has been balanced. That has been the thing for Dike-New Hartford this year, running the football. They've had good success running the football, throwing the ball with confidence as they've done all year long. It's been a complete first half there for Dike-New Hartford offensively. They only had to punt once. Meanwhile, for MFL MarMac.
For MFL MarMac, Quinn McHughes carried it 11 times for 32 yards.
And by the way, every one of them a tough run.
A tough run. Eli Hansen has 9 carries for 39 yards. Stoddard had that 1 carry. He lost a yard. And Schutte had 1 carry for 6 yards. So they had 76 yards on 21 carries. In the air, Stoddard only has 2 completions on 4 attempts for 35 yards. Both of those completions to Parker Keel. So 35 yards in the air and 76 yards on the ground. So 111 yards of offense for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and most of that coming on that drive. They had a great drive. When they were trailing 7-0, started at their own 3-yard line, got inside the 40-yard line, inside Dike-New Hartford territory, and then again they made a play. I mean, the Wolverines made a good job, made a good read there with the interception, and that was by number 31 in Jack Severson. He returned it inside the 30-yard line. Then Dike-New Hartford scored a couple of plays later to go up by a score of 14-0. So Dike-New Hartford's forced a turnover in this ball game, took advantage of it, and looking very much like a top 3 team in Class 1A.
But yeah, they've been impressive. I think the Bulldogs have pushed a little bit, but right now Dike-New Hartford kind of enforcing their will, and Bulldogs, hopefully they had some answers at halftime, some adjustments to try to adjust for some of those things.
Yeah, you've certainly seen some positive things with MFL MarMac moving the football down. And again, that drive that the starter at their own 3-yard line was impressive. But even that drive that closed the half had some success with Hansen running the football.
It did. Hansen was getting just off of the end of the tackle there. A couple completions to Parker Keel. So I mean, there's some pieces there, but they just haven't sustained anything, and they haven't capitalized on anything by getting it pay dirt.
So at the half, it is Dike-New Hartford leading by a score of 20-0. The Wolverines will be receiving to start the second half. So our second half action coming up. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all of the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
So at the half, 20-0, Dike-New Hartford in the lead. We have another update. North Lynn leads Clayton Ridge 25-0. That game is at the half. So again, updating you on scores one more time. We'll get you a halftime score on Postville Starmont in just a bit. Edco leads Springville 20-7 at the half. North Fayette Valley leads New Hampton 14-0 in the second. Riceville leads Central at the half 43-0. And it is also Starmont leading Postville at the end of 14-0. I believe we got all of our scores there, didn't we? Pass it along. Riceville leads Central 43-0 at the half. We got that score.
Yep,
all right, so there's all the games we're following tonight here on KCTN. Next week we'll be at Starmont. Bellevue and Starmont, big matchup there in Class A. A Stars team ranked in the top 10 at number 10.
Yeah, Starmont came in ranked 10th right now, and I think Bellevue, starting to figure out some things, so that could be a good matchup. It's got implications for the district title. It's got implications for positioning for the postseason. So a good ball game there over in Arlington.
So the Chalk Talk, I guess that's the basketball pregame, but our countdown to kickoff will begin at 6 o'clock next Friday night. Game time at 7 o'clock here on KCTN FM 100. Live video on KCTN.com. Wolverines get the ball to start the second half. If you're MFL MarMac, defensively, you need to stop right away to get back in this game.
Absolutely. I think goal number one right here, we need to stop. If you're the Bulldogs, you need to stop. You need to get the ball back, and you need to get some points on the board. You have to answer, because right now you still got that big goose egg up on the scoreboard.
And again, getting the offense, this kind of changes the thinking of MFL MarMac. You needed those time-consuming drives, and don't get me wrong, you still want to do that, but now you got to be a little quicker at the pace.
Well, if you're going to have those long, time-consuming drives, which is fine, they have to end in points. You can't turn it over. You can't come up a little short. If you can get a quick score, that would be huge, and I think Parker Keel's been close to breaking one a couple times on those punt returns, but you got to get points. Right now, you're behind 3 scores. You got to cut into that lead.
So, again, it will be Dike-New Hartford receiving the second half kickoff. They're going from left to right as we get ready to start the second half with a 20-0 lead, again, for Dike-New Hartford over MFL MarMac. And week number 8, by the way, we can already announce where we're going to be for that ball game. We'll be in West Union, North Fayette Valley, and Crestwood. ball game that may be for the district title that night. Could be anyway.
Yeah, it could be a Week 8 matchup that determines that district. And we talked about last year, North Fayette Valley was looking at possibly a district title. They dropped all the way down to the 4 seed. Is that what they ended up in that?
We had that jumble with 4 teams all in the same area. Waukon jumped up from like the 3 seed to number 1 on that final night.
Yeah, it was insane.
That was a ball game that was played in strong winds and strong rain at Crestwood last year.
Sideways rain on a Thursday night.
Yeah, that was not a pleasant night for either team. So Ben Cranbeer set to launch it away as our second half ready to get underway. Back deep for the Wolverines. Back there is Lutz, number 24. And also back there as well is number 21 in Bennett. So they stand back. Borcherding is actually on the far left side as Borcherding moves up to the 5-yard line. So second half underway here for MFL MarMac. Trailing by a score of 20-0. They go with an onside kick, but the ball does not go 10 yards. It goes 9 yards, and it's picked up by McGee, but that's going to be a flag. Not a bad idea for the Bulldogs. They certainly caught Dike-New Hartford at least leaning back to start with, but the ball didn't go 10 yards.
Well, and as soon as that ball started checking up, you could see the Wolverines just kind of backed off and said, well, it's got to get to the 50, and it's not there yet. So the Bulldogs had to touch it at the 49. It's going to be a flag, and Dike-New Hartford's going to start out with great field position here to start the second half.
So at the 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line, and the thinking is, we're down 20-0. Let's catch them off guard here.
Yeah, let's try to do something to catch them off guard. Maybe we can steal a possession, get the ball to start the second half, and I think if you're Dike-New Hartford, you're just going to take the ball right there.
So first down, 10 yards to go from the 49-yard line. Wolverines take over inside MFL MarMac territory. We talked about what MFL MarMac wants to do this second half, but if you're Dike-New Hartford, this drive could leave no doubt.
Yeah, if you can go up 4 scores here, if you can punch this in the end zone, you're really going to put MFL MarMac in a position. They just don't have the horses to come back from that amount of money.
First down, 10 yards to go. Receiver split left and right, and late on the field is Reichs as a receiver who just moves to the far side and steps into the 50-yard line. Costello goes in motion. He gets the handoff, jet sweep left side, inside the 45-yard line, and he's down to the 40-yard line, still on his feet as he gets through a tackle at the 40-yard line, then pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Hard running to the far left side by Costello, and Parker Keel runs him out of bounds, and that moves the chains for Dike-New Hartford.
Yeah, that's going to pick up a first down, and what great patience shown by Costello there, just following blockers, looking for the next hold and the next block, and a good pickup there of 10 yards.
MFL MarMac can tell you, again, just like this year's team, seniors are a good thing to have. Last year's team, obviously more experience, but we mentioned this for Dike-New Hartford, with 10 of your 11 starters on offense and defense being seniors.
Yeah, that's just huge for a small school.
First down, 10 yards to go at the 39-yard line. Lotz goes in motion this time. They fake the jet sweep there. He lines up a receiver to the right side, up to Borcherding. Borcherding, couple of yards, right side to the 37-yard line. Tackled there by MFL MarMac. Number 52, Keith Anderson, one of the Bulldogs there. Also there as well, number 71, Will House. And that is a pickup of about 3 yards. Second down, 7 yards to go.
Yeah, just lost his footing there a little bit, Borcherding, but again, hitting the line hard. And this is a good start to a drive for Dike-New Hartford. If you're the Bulldogs, got to find a way to slow down this run game.
Borcherding, who had rushed for 530 yards coming into tonight, has had to work hard. Had that 40-yard run, but everything else has been, for the most part, contained.
Yeah, it's been 10 yards or less since that 40-yard, but still hard running. Both teams running hard tonight.
Second down, it is 7 yards to go. Costello goes in motion, stops around left side. Borcherding trying to step his way up the middle, maybe to the 35-yard line. Bulldogs an outstanding job up front with Howes also there. Stoddard helping out. Only a pickup of about a yard. Third down, 6 yards to go. A minute here into our third quarter.
This is a good series for the Bulldogs. They've got them third and a little bit longer than maybe what they want. And if they can get a stop here, maybe stop them on fourth down, get this ball back, and a chance to get your drive of your own.
So third down, we'll call it 6 yards to go for Dike-New Hartford from the 35-yard line. And they again have a receiver in Reichs to the right side, trips to the left, just off the end of the line. So third down, 6 yards to go. And snap back to Meester, rolls out to the left, looking into the flat to Lotz. He's covered. Meester is now going to run it. Far sideline, inside the 35-yard line. Very near first down yardage as he goes inside the 30-yard line. Chased out of bounds there by Keel in the secondary, and that is enough for first down yardage.
Yeah, that's gonna pick it up. He needed to get to about, I think, the 26, and he got to, the 28-yard line, and I think he easily got there.
Yeah, got to the 27, as a matter of fact. So first down, 10 yards to go. Meester was initially looking for Lotz on a swing pass to the left side as he rolled out to the left, and then a great decision to just tuck it and run and get first down yardage. Another third down conversion for Dike-New Hartford. 2 receivers to the left. Severson goes in motion, stops in the middle, and they go back to Borcherding. Borcherding has a hole inside the 25-yard line, gets down to the 22-yard line, picks up 5 yards on first down. So Borcherding kind of running right at you in between the tackles, and they're not afraid to run it to the edge either.
Yeah, they're coming at you from every which direction right now, and Bulldogs not having an answer at this point because the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines are still moving the ball.
Second down, 6 yards to go. A drive that is approaching 3 minutes here in our third quarter. Bulldogs started the quarter with an onside kick right out of the half and just fell short, 1 yard short of a chance to try to recover that. So second down, 6 yards to go. 2 receivers to the left. Severson lines up as an H-back to the right side. Meester continues on a pistol formation and right back to Borcherding up the middle. Left side, he's inside the 20. Breaks through to the 15. Spins, still on his feet. Down to the 10. 5 goes in for the score. Touchdown, got it. So it is Borcherding pinballing his way inside the 20-yard line, and it ends up being a run that goes a total of 25 yards. And it's now 26-0, Dike-New Hartford in the lead.
And that's going to put him over 100 yards for tonight. But that was just a hard run. Looked like he was going to get stopped after gaining that first down, able to bounce off that tackler, to spin off of that, find himself in the end zone.
What's the official total on the yardage there?
23
yards there,
yep.
So it's 26-0. Dike-New Hartford again lining up with 4 guys to the right, but they'll bring everybody back in. They would line up with 3 over to the left. They'll bring everybody back in for the PAT. So Costello to hold. And it is Bullis trying the PAT. Spot is down, kick is up, high enough, long enough, and it is good. Put it on the board. 9:12 left in the third. 27-0. It is Dike-New Hartford in the lead. Let's take this break.
Life's better when you're under our roof because our agents can help you choose insurance to help protect what matters most. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family could have the help they need to continue to pursue their dreams. Contact Julie Depke, agent at 205 South Main Street in Elkader today.
Products not available in all states. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
49-yard drive for Dike-New Hartford. Borcherding his second touchdown. The one to start the game was 40 yards. This one 43 yards here. Bullis with the PAT. And it is now 27-0. Dike-New Hartford in the lead as Deering to launch it away from the 40-yard line. So MFL MarMac to get their first touch of the second half. Keel fields it at the 12-yard line from the left hash mark. Brings it right side across the 20-yard line. Shows his speed on the far sideline across the 35. 40-yard line. Spun ahead to the 45-yard line. Nice return by Parker Keel. Bulldogs good field position at their own 45-yard line here to start their drive in the second half.
Well, and I said Parker Keel's been doing a nice job of getting good yards on the return, and he's been really close to breaking one again, getting him to midfield. So if you want to look at some sparks, some things that maybe get you going, another good return, get you to midfield, starting from your own 45. MFL MarMac needs to get some points. They need to answer this scoring onslaught by the Wolverines.
First down, 10 yards to go, nearly 3 minutes into our second quarter. Bulldogs have it with the receiver lined up to the right side. Double wing set. McGew continues behind Stoddard. First down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs. And on 1st and 10, Keel goes in motion. They give it to McGew. McGew across the 45-yard line. He's to the 50-yard line. Pushed ahead inside to the 47-yard line. Inside Bulldog territory. Tossed ahead by Haynes. 8-yard pickup, and it's second and short for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, ran into the official there and kind of bounced off him, kept going, but a great gain there by Quinn McGew. A good start on first down for the Bulldogs.
And again, for the Bulldogs offensively, it's kind of been starts and spurts. You know, it's some good things you see on offense, and then a couple of no-gain plays.
Yeah, not able to sustain consistently.
So second down, short situation. Bulldogs haven't been in many of these situations tonight. And on second down, closer to 3 yards to go. Hackett goes in motion. They'll go back to Stoddard, who then actually fakes the handoff and does give it to McGew. So Stoddard was trying to boot to the left, but gave it to McGew instead. And McGew gets a couple of yards to the 46-yard line, third and short for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, able to pick up a little bit there and make this third and manageable for the Bulldogs. But I think right now Coach Anderson wants to pick up the first down, move the sticks, get this drive going, can sustain this drive, try to get some points.
And again, you're talking about just continuing to build, continue to move forward, because this is the best team you're going to face in the regular season.
Absolutely. You can get some points. You can get some positives off this. It's going to help you in the long run.
3rd down and a yard to go for MFL MarMac at the 46-yard line, and somebody flinched up front. And on the right side, I believe it was Hunter Christofferson, the tight end. And the reason why I say that is because he put his hands on the knees there, and he's the only Bulldog that did that.
Yeah, he kind of lost his balance there and tipped to his side and saw the flag and went,
well, that's what we're talking about, starts and spurts. Now you're back to 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 1. And God, you feel for the Bulldogs here, but they got to get first downs. And like you said, you're playing a really good team. Don't give us wrong. You're number 3 team in Class 1A. And you may run into them in the postseason, depending on how things lay out.
3rd down, 6 yards to go from their own 49-yard line, back inside their own territory here. And once again on 3rd down and 6, Hansen goes in motion. He'll get the handoff, trying to get around right side. He gets inside Dike-New Hartford territory, close to first down yardage as he stayed right on that right hash mark. Brings it to the 46-yard line. He's going to be short, but just a yard short. Certainly, if you're MFL MarMac, you have to go for it here.
Yeah, I think you have to go for it. He got back to where that original line of scrimmage was. So, you talked about starts and spurts, goods, backing up, going positive. They need a positive here, keep this drive alive.
So 4th and short for MFL MarMac, trying to keep this drive alive, their first touch of the second half. McGew about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Stoddard with him under center here in the double wing set. So on 4th and 1, Hackett goes in motion. They run it back with McGew. First down up the middle inside the 45-yard line, 40-yard line. He's able to dive ahead inside the 35. Tough running by Quinn McGew. Moves the chains. They convert on 4th and 1.
Yeah, 4th and 1, and he got about 12 or 13 on that carry. So good hard running by Quinn McGew.
And again, down to the 33-yard line is where they spot it. But this is what we're talking about that MFL MarMac can do. This drive's already 3 minutes old.
Yeah, it's a nice drive. It's a power drive here. They've been kind of enforcing it up front. They had that setback on the penalty, but able to pick up first downs.
And Warrington now is in as a receiver to the left side. So first down, 10 yards to go. And on 1st and 10, Stoddard with Hansen in motion to the right side again. He gets the handoff around right corner. Brings it inside the 30-yard line. He's near first down yardage as he busts off that right hash mark inside the 25-yard line. Short of first down, but give him an 8-yard pickup. This is how the Bulldogs finished the first half.
It is, and we talked about they might not be able to get points in that drive to end the first half, but they're going to try to figure out what works, and there's a 9-yard gain by Eli Hansen.
I think we saw, like MFL MarMac, a good example is the walk-on game. They were down big at the half, but played a much better second half, more consistent offensively, put up a couple of touchdowns in that second half. So 2nd down, a yard, they'll call it. And Stoddard again now sends the back in motion there in Kiel, and Stoddard again brings it up the middle that time, and he goes inside the 15-yard line, down near the 10-yard line. So brought it up the middle there, and Stoddard, his first carry of the game.
Yeah, that was his first positive carry, and that's a 13-yard gain. So gets them on the doorstep here. They're almost 1st and goal here on the 10-yard line.
And he took a quick snap there and just followed his center up the field. Again, there's so much focus on McGew in the backfield, or Hansen. That time, Stoddard with the run. So the Bulldogs' best drive of the night, down to the 11-yard line. Down to 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. They trail 27-0. 2 receivers to the right. And Stoddard, again, with him under center, just finished that run. Double wing set. Hackett goes in motion from right to left, and keeping it again is Stoddard. Stoddard inside the 10, near the 6-yard line. Picks up about 5 yards on that, and it's going to be 2nd down and about 5 yards to go. So Stoddard calling his own number here the last couple of plays.
Well, and we saw this little wrinkle last week.
And by the way, there's a flag.
Well, when they were playing Sumner Fredericksburg, all of a sudden Stoddard found his legs a little bit, a different look, and I think that's what they're trying here. But, yeah, we've got a flag, and they're talking to MFL MarMac here.
Yeah, this is in Dike-New Hartford, and I wonder, yes, it was a face mask penalty is what it was. And that will move it inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for MFL MarMac. And this is their best scoring opportunity as far as they've been inside Dike-New Hartford territory tonight. Double wing set, 2 receivers to the right. They operate from in between the hash marks in the middle of the field. And on 1st and goal from the 4-yard line, now in motion is Hansen. They'll go back to McGee. No, Stoddard actually going to keep it. 3rd time, not a charm. He'll actually get no gain on the play, and Dike-New Hartford says there's a fumble, and sure enough, the Wolverines have the football. So Stoddard tried to run it up the middle for the 3rd time in a row, and it's picked up by Reichs. The 2nd turnover by MFL MarMac inside Dike-New Hartford territory, and they take over at their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, and Stoddard, called his own number that time, and this time the linebackers were kind of bunched in the middle. The linemen kind of pinching right off of that center, and there was no room, and somebody got a hand on it, stripped it out, and Dike-New Hartford is going to hold on defense and turn them over again.
So that drive went about 5 minutes as they moved it from their own 45 down to the 4-yard line, but turn it over on the fumble. And Dike-New Hartford has 1st down, 10 yards to go at their own 4-yard line, leading by a score of 27-0. And actually they mark it at the 3-yard line. So 1st down, 10 yards to go, just a quarterback sneak up the middle. Meester falls ahead a couple of yards, and the Bulldogs say they have the football. And they do! And giving it right back is going to be Dike-New Hartford. It's picked up. Let's see who got that for the Bulldogs. Is it a fumble on the field? It's picked up there by number 52, I believe, for MFL MarMac. We're double-checking to make sure on the sideline. Sure enough, it is. Number 52 picking up the fumble there, and that, once again, is Keith Anderson. And it's 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at the 3-yard line.
Well, that's a huge break for the Bulldogs, able to get that ball right back and knock it on the doorstep once again.
So the Bulldogs have 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. We exchange fumbles inside the 5. Now the Bulldogs with a chance to get on the scoreboard here once again. And on 1st and goal from the 3-yard line, Keel in motion. McGee gets the carry, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Stacked up off the left side. Severson in that area. Also back there as well. Making the play was number 54. And that once again was Cooper Steffen. And it's a loss of a yard, probably back to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him forward momentum there because we're still inside the 5, but closer to the 4 this time. So loss of 1 there for McGee.
The one thing we have not mentioned about Dike-New Hartford is they play a number of different kids on their defensive front. They have depth.
They do. They're bringing subs in, keeping fresh legs, and guys with oxygen right back out there to try to keep that front line fresh.
So 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. From the right hash mark is where they operate. Hansen in motion from left to right. He'll get the handoff right side, hit in the backfield. Again, that's Steffens. At the 4-yard line, he was the first one through there, makes the play. Haynes there as well, and that is no gain on that. It is 3rd and goal from inside the 4-yard line now.
And for as well as MFL MarMac moved the ball on that drive, they have really stalled out here. Great job by the Wolverine defense. The guys up front got to get a better push and try to get this into the end zone, get to pay dirt.
And again, we've got a fast-moving 3rd quarter here, 3.5 and counting in our 3rd quarter. 3rd down and goal for the Bulldogs at the 4-yard line, certainly in 4-down territory here. Hansen, Christofferson, watch that on the left side. They're lined up on the left side of the formation. So on 3rd down and goal, Stoddard in motion. Actually, Stoddard gives it to McGee, left side. McGee lowers his head, gets inside the 3, close to the 2, and short of the goal line. So it's going to be 4th and goal, now closer to the 2-yard line for MFL MarMac.
Yeah, and if you're Dike-New Hartford, you obviously want to keep him out of the end zone. But right now, MFL MarMac needs 6. I know they've got a great kicker in Cranbeer, but you need points on the board, and you've got to look at your linemen. You got to look at those blockers and say, you got to make a hole. We got to get this into the end zone.
On McGee's carry there, he was hit and just working so hard to just get that yard out of that. So it's 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. Hansen now moves to a wingback on the right side, but spread out more in the slot. And in the backfield, you have once again McGee, and also back there as well is going to be Christofferson. Left side, the pass is thrown, and it's intercepted in the end zone by Dike-New Hartford. There was lots of coverage there, and here down the far sideline is Meester. And Meester's got blockers down the stretch. He's down to the 30, 20, 10. He is gone. Parker Keel can't get to him. That is an interception return of over 100 yards, and a pick 6 done the hard way by Meester.
Yeah, he picked that about 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone. And I was surprised he brought it out, but when he did, he got to the sideline, he took off, and he had blockers, and there wasn't a Bulldog in sight other than Parker Keel streaking down the other side, and nobody caught Meester. He takes that to the house.
He had a caravan with him going down the near sideline. So Meester, Stoddard was forced to throw the ball there a little earlier than what he wanted to, looking into the left flat, And the pass intercepted by Meester. And now here's a couple of flags thrown as we get ready to try the PAT. MFL MarMac has 2 players run off the field. They may have had not only 12 men on the field, but perhaps 13.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is on the defense there for having too many guys. If somebody said something, maybe some celebration on that. But that was a tremendous play by the quarterback, Colin Meester.
And it is now 33-0. Now the third turnover that MFL MarMac has had inside Dike-New Hartford territory, and 2 of them inside the 5. And the officials sorting things out here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they saw. I wasn't able to see what they saw down there, but flags came out there, and it was kind of between the touchdown and set up for the extra point here.
And it is unsportsmanlike conduct. It is against, I did not see which way he pointed.
Dike-New Hartford.
Yep, it is against Dike-New Hartford. So the Bulldogs, it was not too many players on the field. Dike-New Hartford there. And they will try the PAT, and I believe they will end up taking that penalty.
I think on the kickoff.
Yes, on the kickoff. So Dike-New Hartford will try the PAT like normal from the 10-yard line. 103 yards you give him on that?
I gave him 104. He was pretty deep.
Spot is down. The kick is up. It is high enough, long enough. It is good by Bellows. So with 2:04 to go in the third quarter, now 34-0. Dike-New Hartford in the lead. Let's take this break.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People's State Bank. People's State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People's State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People's State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooter's Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooter's Coffee in Manchester.
So it is Meester who is throwing for 2 touchdowns, now returning an interception for a touchdown over 100 yards. Bullis' kick makes it 34-0 as the Bulldogs on 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. Stoddard rolled to the left and a lot of traffic there. He was forced to ditch the ball a little earlier than expected, and it ends up being a pick 6 for Dike-New Hartford, and now 34-0. They are in the lead. Deering to lunch it away from the 25-yard line. After that penalty is marked off, that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And it is a returnable kick. Parker Keel catches it, middle of the field, 24-yard line, brings up the right sideline across the 30. He's out to the 40-yard line inside Dike-New Hartford territory and tackled from behind and pushed ahead to the 45-yard line. Parker Keel has been a bright spot returning kicks tonight in this ball game, and the Bulldogs take over in Dike-New Hartford territory.
Yeah, we talked about him being close to breaking one all night long, and there he brings it out, gets it into Dike-New Hartford territory, so they're going to start on Dike-New Hartford's 45, and if you're the Bulldogs, man, you were just knocking on the door there, and like you said, Stoddard had to throw that early, not able to get much on it, and just an unfortunate turn of events.
All right, couple of more scores. It is it is North Ticket Valley leading New Hampton at the half, 27-0. Riceville leads Central at the end of the third, 56-0. Meanwhile, Bulldogs run it out of a spread formation with McGee trying to bounce to the outside. He'll get near side across the 40-yard line, tackled inbounds at the 38-yard line, stretch play to the left. Lotz makes the tackle, and it's now 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Again, a couple of scores. Riceville, again, as we mentioned, beating Central, and it is Starmont leading Postville at the half, still 14-0.
Yeah, not a lot of scoring there. Kind of a surprise.
And we'll continue to keep you up to date on all those scores coming up here throughout the night. So 2nd down, 3 yards to go as the clock continues to move towards the 1-minute mark here in our third quarter. Bulldogs operate from the left hash mark. They line up again, now out of a shotgun formation. And on this play, 2nd down, 4 yards to go. They run it up the middle. McGee runs right into the Dike-New Hartford defensive line. And again, Severson there. Also there once again is number 54 for them, and that once again is going to be Steffen. Couple of plays he's been involved in the second half. No gain, 3rd and 3.
Well, we talked about the difference, between some of these downs, and he had a great gain on 1st down. no gain or loss of a yard there on second down. So you're just not staying on time. You're not staying ahead of the sticks. It's hard to get that consistency against this tough Dike-New Hartford defense.
So third down, Bulldogs certainly thinking about 4 downs here all the way as they're inside Dike-New Hartford territory. Third down, 3 yards to go. Stoddard, it's a quarterback draw up the middle inside the 35-yard line. He's got first down. Tripped up from behind by Haynes, and he brings it down to the 32-yard line. That will be enough to move the chains, and the Bulldogs continue to march. As we could get to the end of the third quarter, let's see what MFL MarMac decides to work with here.
I think they're going to try to get a playoff here. They're wanting to get as many plays as they can. Try to pick up those yards, get themselves into position, try to put some points on the board.
So inside 15 seconds now go in our third quarter. Stoddard now back under center in the double wing set. Better hurry up as the play clock is not the issue. It's the score clock. We're down to 5 seconds. Back up the middle, McGew inside the 30, right up the middle, 25-yard line. They push the pile ahead from behind. Host of Bulldogs helping push ahead. Looks like it's very near a first down to the 21-yard line. We'll see the exact spot. Either way, the third quarter comes to an end. Bulldogs marching, but they trail right now by a score of 34-0 as we go to the fourth. You're listening to high school football on KCTN.
It's back to school time and the fall sports season is underway. Hi, this is Dr. Jessica Wilkie from Family Dentistry Associates of Monona, and I am excited to announce the addition of Dr. Chase Bruner and Dr. Daphne Hafler to our team. Dr. Bruner, Dr. Hafler, Dr. Foey, and myself are welcoming new patients as we cheer on all our area student athletes this fall. We look forward to seeing you at your next dental appointment. Family Dentistry of Monona, where health-changing smiles are created.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Community Insurance of Iowa, Hometown Agency, Monona, Auto, Home Business, Crop Farm, and Life, Garden View Place in Monona, Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, Growl Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest wisely, Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, and LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville. We start the fourth quarter, third-ranked Dike-New Hartford leading MFL MarMac by a score of 34-0, but the Bulldogs driving. The last run was good enough for first down yardage for McGew, brings it down to the 21-yard line. I want to give you another update. This quickly came in. Starmont now leads Postville 21-0 is the score of that ball game, and that is now in the fourth quarter, so we are getting caught up on that game. We start the fourth quarter here with the score 21-0. Or 34-0 rather, as Dike-New Hartford led 20-0 at the half. They put up 2 touchdowns, including a defensive touchdown in that third quarter. So the Bulldogs looking to get on the board here as we begin the fourth quarter. 21-yard line. They operate from the middle of the field. Our officials having a long talk. The head official is there. Yeah. And we may have a Bulldog that has an equipment problem. No?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal was there, but they did have a conversation with somebody on the line.
Yeah, so I think maybe a chin strap not done right, something like that. All right, we're ready to go. First down, 10 yards to go for MFL MarMac. Keel is a receiver to the right, Hanson in motion to the left side. He'll get the handoff, trying to bounce outside. The legs taken out from underneath him. Tripped up there. It's going to be a loss of a yard. And is that Severson again making that play?
Yeah, it is. He's been tough all night long.
So he has made a living tonight getting to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be second down and 10 yards to go. No gain by Hanson to the left side.
And Severson is their leading tackler on the season.
It's balance for them, what they have on offense, defense too. 2 receivers to the left. Hanson is spread out as a receiver to the left. Stoddard is back now to, once again, shotgun formation. He has McGew to his left. Second down, 10 yards to go. Hackett in motion, and Stoddard's going to bring it up the middle. Inside the 20-yard line, couple of yards, maybe to the 19-yard line. Quickly closed down. Second down, 9 yards to go. By the way, Severson comes squirting through there. Meester also there making the stop defensively as the Wolverines shut that down to the outside. Third down, give him 2, 8 yards to go.
Well, and the thing about the Wolverine defense.
Here comes a flag, by the way.
Yeah, the Wolverine defense does such a nice job of gang tackling. You know, somebody holds him up, they finish him off. They've been doing that all night long, and I think this probably stems back to what the official was talking to the MFL MarMac team about.
Yeah, so maybe the message was not received, but this is a terrible penalty for them. It's unsportsmanlike conduct, but instead of third down and 7, it's now going to be third down and 22 yards to go. So something had to be said, because as MFL MarMac was huddling, and we could see the official looking at the MFL MarMac huddle and promptly threw the flag. Now, Dike-New Hartford wants a timeout. And this conversation may be here of, we don't want to take any part of this. And MFL MarMac probably having the same conversation.
I think both of these coaches are going to talk to their players and go, listen, you're both a good ball club. Things are getting out of hand. Let's not make it worse on the field.
So we'll take a break. 11:03 to go. Timeout on the field.
Brought to you by locally owned and operated NEAT, proudly providing high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light to businesses and homes in Northeast Iowa. NEAT also provides computer and network services as well as business phone system sales and service. For more information, visit NEITEL.com or call 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
So a timeout taken there by Dike-New Hartford. But again, I think both coaches got the message through their teams with 11:03 to go. Seen a couple of unsportsmanlike conducts, one against each team here in this second half.
Both teams just need to leave the talking on the side of the field. Let your play do the talking.
Third down, 22 yards to go, however, for the Bulldogs. Back at the 33-yard line. So back to the double wing set, third down and a long ways to go. Hansen goes in motion, but it's a quick hit up the middle, fullback dive with McGee. He'll get to the 30, and that's about it. Picks up about 3 yards and now makes it fourth down, and it is now 19 yards to go from the 29-yard line.
And I think that was number 7 in there.
Yeah, that would have been
Schutte
once again.
Schutte. So a different look there for the Bulldogs.
Yep, number 7, of course, Blake Schutte, who had a carry in the first half. And we see right now, as you look there, McGee not on the field right now.
No, and it looks like Ben Cranberry is going to set up to try to kick a field goal.
Yep, we missed a 53 one earlier, but he's made a 43-yard one. This one a little bit further at 47 yards, and they have confidence in him. So Stoddard to hold. Bulldogs trying to get on the board. Spot is down. The kick is up. It is high enough. It is long enough, perhaps, but off to the left. Certainly had the distance. At least it looked like it till it veered to the left, and they missed the kick from 47 yards. Hit that big 43-yarder against Crestwood in a 9-7 win.
Yeah, that was a game winner there, but not able to connect this time. Had the leg, had the height, but just a little off target and pushed it to the left.
So missed from 53 earlier, and that one from 47. And it's 1st and 10 for Dike-New Hartford. They take over at their own 30-yard line, leading by a score of 34-0. But again, the penalty put it into that drive in a hurry.
Yeah, that 15-yard penalty was costly because it just made it a little out of reach. They're able to do anything with it and try to field goal, just not able to get points on the board.
End of the third quarter, Edco now leads Springville 36-7. The Vikings win that ball game, and it appears that they will. They will clinch the district title with 2 weeks to go. They've only got one district game left.
They've got one district game left, and that team doesn't have a shot at the title. So they could play spoilers as far as the good record. But Edco looks like they're on their way on that district.
First down, 10 yards to go at the 20-yard line is where the ball is actually spotted after the missed field goal. They work out of shotgun, toss play left side to Borkerding. In the backfield, makes the defender miss, but there's a holding penalty as he brings it outside the numbers to the 25-yard line. Stoddard was held there. It was Lotz, the receiver, and the reason why it's so easy to tell because that play took right in front of the official, and it was the only one on that side. So that's going to move the ball back inside the 20-yard line to the 10-yard line, and it's going to be now 1st and 20 for Dike-New Hartford. Again, neither team has had a lot of penalties tonight, with the exception of the couple unsportsmanlike conduct ones.
Well, and if you're Coach Betts, I'm sure you're going to look at this and go, 6 penalties for 50 yards. A couple of those easily prevented, and there's a case in point right there.
And back to the 10-yard line is where they put it for the spot. So first down and 20 yards to go. The interesting thing, getting back to Edco, is how do you handle the last 2 weeks of the season? Because, again, you've clinched things. You have a great Week 8 game with Keyhigh, who's ranked in Class A. Or, in the 8-man game, I should say.
Yeah, they're ranked. Edco is not ranked at this point. But, I think next week you have to take care of business in the district. But what do you do with that Week 8 game with Keyhigh?
Interesting choices they're going to have to make here because you certainly want to stay healthy. First down, 20 yards to go to throw the football, screen pass, and the ball deflected at the line of scrimmage. It is incomplete. They were looking to set up a screen to Lotz over the middle, and number 69 for MFL MarMac, Avery Thornton, got a hand on it. Pass incomplete. Second down, 20 yards to go.
Yeah, got a hand on that little screen pass right over the middle, just kind of a little over the middle dump. get it over the line, but he didn't get it over that line.
And they've had some success passing the football tonight. Been a balanced attack for the Wolverines. You're talking about Dike-New Hartford schedule-wise. They have a rivalry game next week with Appleton-Parkersburg and Denver. They close the regular season with, both at home. Yeah.
No, I think that game's at Denver.
Is it?
I think that last game is at Denver.
What have we got? My schedule here says it's home. Second down, 20 yards to go. They roll the football left side, and it's going to be Borcherding. Back out to the 12-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Stoddard. Brought him down one-on-one, 2-yard pickup. It is third down and now 18 yards to go. So a rivalry game next week with Appleton-Parkersburg, but Dike-New Hartford will be heavily favored in their last 2 games of this season.
Yeah, absolutely. So they look like they're on their way. In this district, talked about this maybe being a big test for them. They have certainly lived up to the test.
Yeah, this will go a long ways towards Dike-New Hartford securing the district. They would have to win next week, and that would actually clinch the district title for them. They would hold the tiebreakers over everybody else. Meanwhile, it's third down, 18 yards to go here. Spread formation for Dike-New Hartford. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And on 3rd and 18, Meester to throw the football again. Flushed out of the pocket, steps up, looking to run. 15-yard line, tracked down from behind right there. Good job. And that, again, is Stoddard, who makes a couple of plays on this drive. Was held on the one play, makes back-to-back tackles here, and it's 4th down and long for Dike-New Hartford, 4th and 15.
And Dike has not had to punt much tonight.
Only once in the first half.
Once in that first quarter, or the first quarter even. But Dike-New Hartford's going to have to punt here, and looks like they've got Hansen and Hackett back there as receivers for the punt.
They're at midfield, so the Bulldogs figure to get good field position, and it will be, I believe, punting here is going to be...
Is it Meester?
No, I don't think it is Meester. Yeah, number 12. So Meester had a punt early in this game. He's going to get a chance to punt it here. Rolls to the right, and it's a rugby kick that bounces at the 45. Hansen picks it up at midfield, brings it inside the 45-yard line, and that's as far as he'll go. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. Good special teams coverage by the Wolverines, but the Bulldogs, great field position. Let's finish off a drive here.
Yeah, Bulldogs want to get some points on the board. They want to have a nice drive. Again, keep building for the future. You're out of hand here tonight, but you can certainly try to build something looking for that long-term goal.
End of the third quarter, North Lynn leads Clayton Ridge 33-0. The Lynx own a win against Starmont, and they are working in their way towards perhaps a district title. Maquoketa Valley is also undefeated. North Lynn and Mac Valley play next week. Then Starmont and Mac Valley play in week 8.
Yes.
So first down, 10 yards to go. 48-yard line for MFL MarMac in Wolverine territory. Back to shotgun. They run with McGee out of that. He's inside the 45-yard line. Gets inside the 40. First down yardage right up the gut. Down to the 38-yard line. Costello, one of the Wolverines in on the play. First down and 10 yards to go. We go inside 8 minutes left here in our fourth quarter.
And a 10-yard gain there by McGee. He's got over almost 700 yards coming into tonight's game. He's pushing 100 yards again tonight, and these have been hard-running, well-earned yards.
Yeah, he has been working hard in this ball game tonight. Nothing has come easy in this ball game. First down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the left for MFL MarMac. They continue out of that shotgun formation. McGee to the left of Stoddard. And on 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line, they'll go back to McGee, and it's an inside counter play with Hackett. His first carry. Squirts inside the 35, gets down to the 30-yard line, picks up 8 yards on first down. That's Hackett's first touch of the night.
It is, and that's an 8-yard gain for Hackett. So good to get him involved. But, again, using McGee kind of as the decoy there and handing it off to Hackett on the inside. A little different look that time.
So 2nd and 2. Clock continues to motor here in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers to the right. Stoddard is alone in the backfield here. And you have a receiver to the left side as well at the wingback spot in Hackett. So 2nd down, 3 yards to go. Back to Stoddard. It's a quarterback boot on the left side. He gets inside the 30, first down yardage. Leans ahead, 28-yard line. Looks to me like he's got first down yardage there. So a good read by Stoddard. They overload the right side. He runs to the weak side, and it should be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, he looks like he got enough there. It was in question, but I think that spin and fall forward ended up getting him there.
Our first final of the night. Riceville has defeated Central by a final score of 56-0. It's an outstanding Riceville team in Class 8-man. You start to look ahead for Edco. That could be a team you run into in the postseason. They got close enough anyway to be matched up.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be a matchup somewhere along the way.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Bulldogs. 27-yard line is where it is. Hansen goes in motion. They're back under center. Here is McGee. Stutter steps his way inside the 25-yard line. Couple of yards up the middle. Picks up 3. It'll be 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Bulldogs have been inside Dike-New Hartford territory every drive this second half.
Yeah, they've been inside the red zone. They just have not come away with any points thus far.
And they had a lengthy drive early in this ball game when it was 7-0 that started at their own 3-yard line. Used over 6.5 minutes on the clock, but ended up throwing an interception, and Dike-New Hartford would take advantage of that. Dike-New Hartford has 2 scores off MFL MarMac turnovers.
Yeah, that and we talked about that in the pregame, as turnovers could be huge in this game, and Dike-New Hartford is going to win that battle.
Stoddard from the left hash mark runs it here, second down, 6 yards to go, up the middle with Hansen on a bit of a delay play. He'll have first down yardage inside the 20. They'll push it down to the 19-yard line, closer to the 15-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and 10, 8-yard pickup there by Hansen.
Yeah, good hard running. We talked about that with the Bulldogs. They continue to run hard, and that was another example there with Hansen.
MFL MarMac will be at Denver, then home with Central Springs to close the season. So the Bulldogs will be playing for the number 2 seed. And you figure they play well, should win both those ball games. But again, you've got to focus, take care of things over at Denver first.
Well, and you get that 2 seed, you hopefully get to host a first-round game, and that's always nice, playing that first postseason at home.
Back to McGew, first down, 10 yards to go. Gets a couple of yards to the 13-yard line, inside 5 minutes left in the fourth. And Severson, again, in on the play. Also there, once again, is Steffen. How many times the second half have Steffen and Severson hooked up to make a play
they
just at the line of scrimmage?
Good tacklers, the line of scrimmage, the point of attack.
So second down, 8 yards to go for the Bulldogs. This will be their third drive inside the 20-yard line in this second half.
Yeah, they've been knocking on the door, just not able to capitalize.
Second down here, and they line up from the left hash mark. Back to the double wing set, and they'll send it back in motion there. That is Keel. He'll get the handoff, jet sweep right side, 15-yard line, gets to the 10-yard line, tackled from behind as he's pushed ahead at the 10-yard line. Good flow down the line by Dike-New Hartford. Yep, you guessed it. Severson makes the play, and it's third down and 6 yards to go.
He flows so well in that defensive set, knows his role, knows where the ball is, has a good nose for where he needs to do or where he needs to get to and do what he needs to do.
Keel checking out of the ball game, a little bit of a gimp there in the giddy up, and third down, 5 yards to go, but looks to me like it may just be a shoe problem. And here we go for the Bulldogs, down to the 10-yard line. And on third down, 5 yards to go. Stoddard on this third down play. Long count at center, and he's going to go left side to Hansen, trying to get her on the left edge, and he's quickly closed down and won't get back to the 10-yard line. It's going to be no gain. It'll be 4th and 5. Again, Dike-New Hartford, Reich's on that far end making the play, but they really continue to be stronger the farther you get down the field.
Yeah, you get inside that red zone, you get in within their own territory, you get it close to the end zone. They really clamp down on defense and shut down the Bulldogs tonight.
So 4th down now for MFL MarMac at the 10-yard line. Inside the 5 gives you the first down, but the Bulldogs would love to get 7 here. At least get 6 on the board, I should say.
Well,
Parker Keel back into the game.
And they're at 10 seconds on the play clock, so they need to hurry up and get this off on an important 4th down play here.
So, inside 5 seconds to go. Stoddard with the back in motion. They go left side to McGew. McGew hit inside the 10. Severson's there to meet him. At the 8-yard line, it's a rugby scrum. They never bring him down, but the play is ruled dead at the 8-yard line. They needed 5. They got 2. And Dike-New Hartford, again, bending on defense, but not breaking. With 2:55 to go, leading 34-0. They take over on downs.
Yeah, and once again, MFL MarMac not able to get pay dirt there. Going to come up a little short, and you know Dike-New Hartford, they can feel that this is a win, but I think that's a victory for their defense there. Under 3 minutes to go and keeping MFL MarMac out of the end zone.
If we've learned anything tonight, the question is, or we haven't really learned this, but how good is Grundy Center? Grundy Center beat Dike-New Hartford 34-7.
Yeah, they beat them early in the season, and this is a really good Dike-New Hartford team.
And Dike-New Hartford would love to maybe get a chance at a team like Grundy Center down the stretch in the postseason.
A second chance somewhere, probably in the dome down there in Cedar Falls.
They would think they'd keep those teams separated. They run out the middle with Borcherding. Borcherding first down across the 20-yard line, out to the 23-yard line. Correction, it's actually number 21 in Tyson Bennett, who picks up first down yardage, picks up 13 yards on that play, 2:45 and counting here in our fourth quarter. So 34-0, Dike-New Hartford will win their 5th game in a row. We'll talk with Dike-New Hartford coach Don Betts after the ball game, so we'll talk with him and also talk with MFL MarMac coach as well, and Dan Anderson. That'll be in our postgame show coming up in just a bit. And Dike-New Hartford, a couple of plays away from taking knees.
Yeah, I think so. That was a big first down there, but they're going to go under 2 minutes after this play. They may be able to start kneeling on it.
Meester continues in at quarterback, but we do see in the backfield that Borcherding has called it a night. And it's first down and 10 yards to go for Dike-New Hartford, and they run it once again. And carrying it is number 21, and once again that is Bennett. Bennett gets out to the 30-yard line. Another good run there by that youngster. I say youngster, he's just one of their seniors. A senior-dominated team for Dike-New Hartford. They've got all the makings of a team that can make a long run.
Yeah, one of their many seniors, and taking advantage of his chances. He's got over 100 yards on the season, and just looking to pad those stats a little bit here, getting a chance to run the ball.
1:45 to go, and Dike-New Hartford here will let the play clock wind down, and like I said, at this point, you can take knees if you'd like.
Yeah, you can. I don't know. They'll probably run one more here, try to pick up this first down since they're only at 2nd and 3.
Well, again, two knees ought to do it for you.
Yeah.
Second down, 3 yards to go, and they are going to run it again, and slipping in the backfield and going down right away there is going to be Bennett. As that play blowing through up front. Good job by MFL MarMac. Austin Schaller making the play up front. They lose a couple of yards back to the 29-yard line. Play clock is at 30. Game clock is at 1:15. So it'll be third down, and it'll be 6 yards to go here.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Wolverines right now, I think they're wanting that one more first down. Then they're going to go to that victory formation if they can pick up this first down.
And we're down to 15 seconds on the play clock, and they're still huddling. So using every last second of it here. And they will continue with receiver split left and right, but keeping it on the ground here. And to the left is Bennett, once again, there of Meester. And they're going to go right back to him, and he's across the 30-yard line. Couple of yards, leans ahead to the 34-yard line. Let's see when they start the play clock here, but you should be safe. Yep, you don't have to take another snap. You go inside, 35 seconds left. Play clock has not started yet, and it will be Dike-New Hartford. An impressive showing tonight. Scored on the opening drive and dominated, as it turns out, the second half. And Dike-New Hartford improves to 5-1, but more importantly, 3-0 in the district. Impressive. 34-0 over MFL MarMac as the Bulldogs drop to 4-2, 2-1 in the district. The Bulldogs now fight for the number 2 seed the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're going to have a tough road. They've got a couple of games with Denver and then Central Springs at home, but they have to play well in those. But I think they would be favored in those games, and they look to kind of set themselves up for that second place in the district.
We'll take a break. When we return, scores from across the area, game stats, and coaching interviews. Your post-game show is coming up. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports. Come join the team at T&T Power Sports in Elkader. We're looking for a part-time or full-time detail person. The ideal candidate must have a driver's license, be self-motivated, and willing to work some Saturdays. Your duties will include cleaning units, assisting sales, service, and parts, along with keeping our showroom units clean. Stop into T&T Power Sports on Highway 13 in Elkader to fill out an application, or call 563-245-1100 to find out more information. That's 563-245-1100.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
For generations, local farmers have trusted Freedom Bank to provide the financial backing they need to succeed. We have a long tradition of empowering success, and that continues today. We offer competitive financing options at competitive rates, whether for equipment purchases, building construction, land purchases, or operating capital. Visit one of Freedom Bank's experienced ag loan professionals in Elkader, Monona, Postville, and Waukon, or online at freedombnk.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Smitty's Oil and Tire in Monona, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Myers Auto Service in Monona, Clayton County Recycling of Monona, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, and Arlington, member FDIC, Furniture Showcase in Oilwine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, and Adverse Weather Insurance, Jim Furman of Volga, your independent crop insurance agent. Welcome back once again to Monona. Our final score, Dike-New Hartford 34, MFL MarMac nothing. Bulldogs trailed 20-0 at the half. Dike-New Hartford took the opening drive of the second half, scored to make it 27-0 as the Bulldogs tried an onside kick to start the second half. Bulldogs had a couple of drives in the third quarter, getting inside the 20-yard line actually 3 times in the third quarter. They ended up being stopped 4 times on drives inside Dike-New Hartford territory, and did as the Wolverines winning by a final score of 34-0. Updates on scores. North Lane leads Clayton Ridge 33-0 in the fourth. Starmont's defeated Postville tonight 27-0. North Fayette Valley leads New Hampton late in the third 34-0. Edco leading Springville. That ball game is in the fourth quarter 36-7. It is Edco leading Springville, and again a win gives Edco the district title. Riceville defeating Central tonight by a final score of 56-0. Those are the scores we're following. As we turn things over to Coach Aaron Hammond, let's go through the individual totals. Let's start with the Wolverines.
Yeah, the Wolverines on the ground tonight, led by Noah Borcherding. He had 15 carries, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 for 40, 1 for 23. Tyson Bennett there at the end had 4 carries for 25 yards. Meester had 4 carries for 23 yards. Costello had 1 carry for 10 yards, and Lotz had 1 carry for 22 yards. So 25 carries, 188 yards for the Wolverines tonight.
And again, you know, it's not like the Bulldogs gave up 300, 400 yards rushing tonight, but Dike-New Hartford able to pass the football really well.
Yeah, Dike-New Hartford had 6 completions for 9 yards, or 6 completions on 9 attempts for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. They were led by Carson Costello. He had 2 catches, 42 yards, one of them a 20-yard touchdown. Jake Reichs had 2 catches for 29 yards, one of them a 16-yard touchdown. Jack Haynes had 1 catch for 11 yards, and Devin Lotz had 1 catch for 66 yards. All of those passing yards were in the first half, so 88 yards in the first half in the air. Add that into their ground total, 276 yards of offense. So nothing that is like grossly out there, like ridiculous numbers, but man, they just pounded away. And by the way, 104 yards on a pick 6 is a huge, huge gain as well.
Meester threw 2 touchdowns and also, of course, had that interception return for a touchdown as well. Borcherding has 2 touchdowns in this game, a 40-yard run and a 23-yard run for Dike-New Hartford. Let's go to the totals for MFL MarMac. Again, they had some success moving the football, just didn't finish anything.
Yeah, they had the yardage. There's no doubt about it. Quinn McGue had a hard-running night, 23 carries, 90 yards. Eli Hansen, 14 carries, 61 yards. Stoddard had 7 carries for 26 yards. Hackett had a carry for 8. Parker Keel had 1 carry for 3 yards. And Blake Schutte had 2 carries for 9 yards. So 197 yards on the ground on 48 carries. So it was a workman-type effort there. In the air, Carter Stoddard had 2 completions on 5 attempts for 35 yards. One of those was that interception. And then his receiver was Parker Keel. He had both catches for 35 yards. So 232 yards of offense for the Bulldogs, but no points. And I think that's the key there.
And this started early in the game, but Dike-New Hartford, they've been doing this to everybody, getting fast starts in ball games, and they did it again tonight, taking the opening drive and Borcherding scoring in that 40-yard run. But MFL MarMac had a drive on their second series that started at their own 3-yard line after forcing a Dike-New Hartford punt. Got inside the 30-yard line, but that's where things kind of broke down for MFL MarMac tonight. Ended up being an interception on that play, and Dike-New Hartford returned it into MFL MarMac territory, and obviously they finished that up by scoring a touchdown on that drive to go up 14-0. They added another touchdown in the second quarter to make it 20-0. But MFL MarMac, again, we mentioned this, kind of starts and fits with their offense, and some good things, but consistently couldn't finish off drives.
Yeah, they weren't able to capitalize on anything, and, if they're not able to get it on second down, third down, now they're forced to do it on fourth down, and they just aren't built for that kind of, that kind of offense. They want to be on time, and they want to be ahead of the sticks, moving the ball, consistent basis, which I think they did. But you have to capitalize with points, and I think that's, what Coach Anderson's going to talk about tonight is we weren't able to finish what we needed to finish today.
We'll take a break. When we return, we'll be joined by MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson. We'll also talk with Dike-New Hartford football coach Don Betts when our postgame show continues after this.
Top Gun Customs knows you can fill the deer tag well out of season. If you've tagged that prize buck, pull up to the stoplight at Top Gun in Garnavillo. That's it. Bob and his technicians have been repairing vehicles for over 45 years. We write the estimates, take the photos, and deal with the insurance company for you to ensure your vehicle is repaired quickly and, most importantly, safely. We also have free loaners or rental vehicles. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun to schedule your repair today. 563-964-9899.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people bottom line is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
MFL MarMac Football is brought to you in part by Vorwald Enterprises, Inc. in Monona, Canucco Floor Covering in Monona, the Loena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Car Auto Group, online at karautogroup.com, Bacon Concrete in Postville, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, and by Rivals Inc., custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. This is KCTN, Garnavillo, Elkader, Iowa. Welcome back to Monona. Post-game show continues. We're joined by MFL MarMac football coach Dan Anderson. Coach, early in this ball game, your second drive in the first quarter, you wanted time-consuming drives. You started at your own 3-yard line and had a great drive to get down to the 30.
Yeah, it just they capitalized on our on any mistakes that we had, and that's what good football teams do. And we knew there was going to be tough rushing, and their secondary is the best I've ever seen in Class 1A football. I mean, you cannot fool them. Play action, those guys are always where they need to be. It's extremely hard to pass on these guys, and we were able to run a little bit. We knew that we were like to get the big runs. I mean, we knew our guys. We told our guys, hey, 4 yards, 6 yards, keep the chains moving. That was the game plan. But then, if you have a penalty or you have a negative play, it's hard to overcome, because if you can't have a 3rd and long against these guys, I mean, I really legit think that these guys are the second best team in the state of Iowa in Class 1A football. Them and Grundy are right there together.
Yeah, you had mentioned that you felt like this is a team that's got all the makings of a team to get to the Dome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's talk about some of those drives, especially the second half. Got inside the 5-yard line, inside the 10-yard line a couple of times.
Yeah, we got to punch those in. Again, missed opportunities right there. We fumbled down there, and then we got it back for the defense. And then, they stuffed us 3 plays in a row. It's a 4th down there. We took a shot hoping we could sneak a guy out in the flat right there. And again, they didn't bite, and then we threw a pick, and then it goes back for 100 yards, so 106, whatever.
Let's talk about offensively. Again, tough yardage tonight for Quinn McGee and Eli Hansen. McGee rushes for 90 yards, Hansen for 61. You end up rushing for 197 yards, and they were tough yards.
They were tough yards. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good defense you're going against there, obviously. They've outscored their opponents 124-0 in the first half the last 4 games. I mean, they got the total package. That's for sure a Dome team we're playing against, and we're just not to that level right now. I'm not saying we can't get to that level, because obviously we gotta fix some things, but that team right there is polished, all the way around, offense, defense, special teams, and they got a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, we've got them the last 2 times, just because we didn't make the big mistakes. We got some big plays on them the last 2 years, but this year there was, they've got the skill guys. There's no big plays on that team that we're playing tonight.
And we talk about your offense, but there was a drive late in the second quarter, right before half. That was a really good drive, and certainly had some good drives in the second half.
Sure we did. Yeah, we'd had some good drives. We just couldn't punch them in, and I mean, that's what you expect out of a really good team, like Dike-New Hartford is they find ways to buckle down and it's crazy. They're playing their safety up at 7 yards, and you think you'd be able to throw the ball, but I mean, we couldn't. I mean, that safety, he read things so quick and so well, and that's what you get when you get 10 guys that were, starters last year on a team that only lost to us and to Grundy Center. Right. That's the only team they lost to, and most of those guys are back. This is a team that's legit. I do believe that we saw tonight that probably going to be in the Dome, a very good chance of being in the championship game. So, in this game of football, sometimes you look at that score 34-0. I wasn't chewing on our guys too hard at halftime. I'm like, you understand, guys, it could be 7-0 right now. I mean, they did earn that first touchdown, that they marched down the field and scored on us. But then after that, we had them 3rd and 9, and we had them 4th and 9.
And scored touchdowns on both those plays.
On those big plays, we had them stopped, and our defensive backs just got to do a better job of playing the ball. They were actually in pretty good position, really, Dan. I mean, our DBs were in good position, but they didn't turn and play the ball, and their receivers out-jumped our guys. And so we weren't in terrible position. And so, we're not that far away, really.
And you're also talking 6'3" receivers, too, so you're not talking small guys.
And they're just super athletes. We knew that coming into this game that things are going to have to be perfect. We're going to have to play perfect to win this game. We knew that, we might have to steal a possession. That's why we tried an onside kick, tried a little reverse on a kick return, and then, of course, there was a hold, that pulls us back. So can't have those things. I know there was a second or third down and 1 or something. We had a false start penalty. You can't have that against the Dike, and our guys aren't that far away, though, Dan. I mean, really, we're not. It's just, when you're playing a team as good as Dike, you got to have all the breaks go your way, and we just didn't have those happen.
All right, the other thing is 2 weeks to go here, and you guys are playing for a home playoff game.
Right, and that's what we just said to our guys. I'm like, guys, there's a lot of tears in their eyes, but I'm like, you know what? I was more upset after the walk-on loss than I was after this one. We saw just a superior foe tonight. I told our guys, it should hurt, and I'm glad it hurts. I'm glad we saw tears in our kids' eyes, because it should mean something to them. But at the same time, I said, let it hurt this weekend. Watch yourself on huddle on film. What we need to do to get better. I said, but the fact is, we win these last 2, which we believe we can and we should, and we're hosting a home playoff game. We're 6-2 going to the playoffs, and with this squad this year, with such a young. I mean, really, we got some older guys, but a lot of first-year starters.
Right.
If we go 6-2 and make it a home playoff game, hey, anything can happen when you get in the playoffs. So, we'll take that. So, but we got to win these next 2, and it's Denver at Denver next week, and then home with Central Springs, and hopefully our guys are hungry and a little angry, and you see us put up 50 points next week.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you guys in that ball game. We'll talk to you on the Countdown Show next week. Good luck to you guys.
Yep, thanks, guys.
We'll keep it right here on our post-game show. We're joined by MFL MarMac Coach Dan Anderson joining us here on our post-game show. We're going to continue right here and talk with Dike-New Hartford head football coach Don Betts as his Wolverines victorious tonight by a final score of 34-0. By the way, North Lynn has defeated Clayton Ridge tonight 39-0. That's a final score. And North Fayette Valley early in the fourth quarter leads 34-7 is what North Fayette Valley leads New Hampton. We expect to give you an Edco final here in just a bit. At last report, they led by a score of 36-7. So we'll get you a final score of that ball game coming up in just a bit, as Edco with a win would actually clinch their district title with 2 weeks to go. They only have one district game left. We're joined by Dike-New Hartford football coach once again, Don Betts. Coach, first off here, this is what you guys have been doing to opponents. Great start for your team, and on the opening series, Borchenen goes for 40 yards. You establish things up front.
Yeah, and that's been one of our points of emphasis all year is we want to get a fast start. A lot of these guys played last year, and we really tried to address some of the things that were issues for us last year that didn't allow us to be successful, and that was one of them, slow starts. So our guys have done a great job this year so far coming out and starting fast.
All right, the other thing is the number of players involved offensively starting there.
Yeah. We've got good kids, we've got good athletes, and we've got a lot of kids who we can rotate in and out, and that's just one of those things you end up doing that once in a while and getting a team like that, and we've got one like that now.
Yeah, let's talk about Noah Borchenen first off. 108 yards rushing, scored a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, Noah's a hard runner. Holy cow, he'll run over you, he'll run around you. He's been the heartbeat, I guess, of our offense so far this year is Noah running, and he does a great job.
Colin Meester throws 2 touchdowns and nearly 100 yards, 88 yards passing.
Yeah, Colin's had a good season. Once again, one of those things that last year we thought that wasn't necessarily a strength of ours, and he worked very, very hard get to the point where he is, and definitely our passing game's a strength of ours this year.
And able to spread the ball around.
Yes, and we've got playmakers all over the place. As I said, occasionally you just get a group of kids that come up, and you've got all kinds of athletes, and that's what we've got right now.
Defensively, we haven't even started talking about the defensive side of the ball, but what a job your defense did tonight stopping MFL MarMac inside your territory.
Yeah, we were pretty solid last year defensively. Brought a lot of those kids back and talked to them about trying to take that next step to the next level. And we've really done that really well. I think our kids are aggressive defensively, and we get after people. And as a defensive coordinator, I absolutely love the way we're playing defense. So
yeah, 2 interceptions. Colin Meester, what, 104, 105 yards?
Gosh, I don't think I've ever seen that in a high school football game. And I've been around a long time, and I don't ever remember seeing one of those.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. All right, let's talk about what's coming up for your team. Applington-Parkersburg next week, correct?
Yep, AP, and that's our big rival, and you can throw the records out when you play those guys. It's one of those games that you could just unload in the parking lot, and both teams could line up and play in the parking lot, and it'd be a heck of a ball game. So they'll give us their best shot, and we'll have to be ready for it.
And obviously you control things now in the district.
Yeah, win out, and we're in good shape. And we've talked to our kids all season about next game. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. And how are we going to get better this week? What are we going to do to improve? And we'll meet Monday, and that's what we'll talk about, is what can we do to improve this week as we go into the AP game.
All right, Coach, good win tonight. Good luck to you guys the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You betcha. Dike-New Hartford football coach Don Betts on his Wolverine team victorious tonight by a final score there of 34-0. Another final, Edco has defeated Springville tonight 42-14, so the Vikings clinched the district title tonight, and with 10.5 to go, North Fayette Valley leads New Hampton 40-7. A quick break. When we return, we'll wrap things up as our post-game show continues next.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
MFL MarMac football is brought to you in part by Sincerely Yours Interiors by K in Monona, M's Machine and Manufacturing in Monona, Ashbacker Building Supplies in Rossville, Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona, Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland, and Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. You're listening to MFL MarMac football from KCTN Sports. Score of 34-0. Let's update you once again on the final scores from across the area tonight. And it is Clayton Ridge and North Lynn. North Lynn wins by a final score of 39-0. North Lynn victorious in that ball game tonight over Clayton Ridge. Also, Starmont has defeated Postville tonight. Final score there 27-0. North Fayette Valley leading New Hampton. And we passed along that score right before the break. It is 40-7. North Fayette Valley leads. That's in the fourth quarter. So the Tiger Hawks on their way. They are undefeated in their district. Edco defeating Springville tonight 42-14. They clinched the district title. Riceville beat Central tonight by a final score of 56-0. We're joined by Coach Aaron Hamann. Let's talk about this game once again. And Dike-New Hartford as good as advertised.
They
so
are.
Let's start there.
They're the real deal. And you heard talk about his defense is being right where they want to be. The offense, threw for a couple touchdowns, ran for a couple touchdowns. Special teams get you a touchdown, get you a couple turnovers. That's a full package right there. And even Coach Anderson talked about, hey, these guys are going to make it to the Dome. They should probably be in the championship game. And I think he's right that they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. I think if you're the Bulldogs, you're looking to refocus next week. Hey, we got 2 more games. We got to win those out. We're playing for a number 2 seed, and we want to host a district game. And if they can do that, that's a positive for them, knowing what they lost last year, what they brought back. I think that's what they got to be playing for.
Absolutely. Still much to play for MFL MarMac. And think about it. From what you lost last year, to get a chance to be at least the runner-up team in this district, to be home for the playoffs, and you continue to get better. You see some things that we've, from the early part of the season, as their skilled people continue to get better here. Obviously, you know what you faced tonight, but continue to move in the right direction. I think you're going to see this team finish strong in the regular season.
I think so. They'll bounce back from this. They know they played a really good team tonight, and they'll bounce back next week and and I think they'll play well for the last 2 games.
So again, Dike-New Hartford victorious over MFL MarMac by a final score of 34-0. Next week, it will be Bellevue at Starmont, Class A football. Then in week number 9 up in West Union, North Fayette Valley taking on Crestwood. Could very well have a district title decided in that ball game as well. So next week, our countdown to kickoff begins at 6, game time at 7 o'clock here on KCTN FM 100, live video streamed on KCTN.com or the KCTN YouTube channel. Again, Dike-New Hartford victorious over MFL MarMac. 34-0 the final score. For Coach Aaron Hamann, I'm Dan Barons. My thanks to Jackson Lamborn for running our studio show tonight and running our camera tonight. Ty Keenan for running our studio show. For a complete recap of tonight's ball game, highlight scores, and more, go to KCTN.com, click on the Sports tab. This has been a presentation of KCTN FM 100 Sports.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk-On.